Chapter 51. The Battle of Chunin ends. Konoha Arena. Under the gaze of countless eyes, Fujiwara Tetsuya's dancing left fist gently touched AI's chest. So he quickly took it back. This time, let's do this. If we ever have a chance to fight each other again in the future, I'll teach you a lesson again. With a chuckle, Fujiwara Tetsuya used all his strength to help AI up. Although what happened yesterday, it makes people angry. But I have to say that this straight man is indeed a guy worthy of admiration. Tetsuya Fujiwara. Konoha 1. Konoha 1. Little brat of the Fujiwara clan. Good job. Often now. Tsunade doesn't even need to say anything. Anyone with an average IQ can see the outcome of the Chunin final battle. Genin Fujiwara Tetsuya. Not only did we achieve the final victory, moreover, at the crucial moment of revenge, it showed the demeanor of the number 1 ninja village. Crazy roars. At this moment, they continued to resound in the Konoha arena. It took more than 10 minutes to end. Koharu. What I told you yesterday. You still have to think about it carefully. Looking at the two extremely uncoordinated figures supporting each other in the field, Sarutobi Hiruzen stood up calmly, paused for a moment, turned his head and whispered something to Uchiha Koharu, then walked down the platform. The amount of tasks that Konoha will have to complete in the next 1 to 3 years. It's fixed. And with the capacity of that little devil, he definitely has the potential to become the successor of the Will of Fire. In the corner where you don't want to be. Jiro Tanaka looked at the scene in the field and was trembling with excitement. The blood throughout the body is constantly impacting the weak nerves. 1. Victory. Among the 3 clans of Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji. Since the Chunin examination was held, for the first time, a member of the clan stood at the top of the Chunin exam. On the side, the children of the 3 tribes. They also witnessed everything. No longer jumping and cheering. Maybe, a few years later, they will also be looking forward to what happened today. Tread the path of the Jainin. Konoha Hospital. After the game, Fujiwara Tetsuya and AI had to be admitted to the hospital due to injuries to their right hands. Fortunately, Fujiwara Tetsuya won the first place in the Chunin exam. You can enjoy some special treatment. Don't misunderstand. Fujiwara Tetsuya just didn't want to lie in the same ward with AI, that thick-skinned guy. Ward 307. On the tea table next to Fujiwara Tetsuya's bed, there were several bouquets of fresh lilies. After Fujiwara Tetsuya's right hand injury was relatively stable, Fujiwara Tetsuya's chief ninja finally lifted the curfew and allowed outsiders to visit. In addition to Jiro Tanaka and Sachiko Fujiwara, Shingo Yui and Abarame Konoha also rushed over as soon as possible. After much persuasion from Fujiwara Tetsuya, just now, they left one by one reluctantly. Then, there are countless new faces that Fujiwara Tetsuya has seen before or not seen before. Until Sarutobi Hiruzen arrived with Orochimaru. The chaotic noise has just come to an end. Call. It's finally quiet. Watching Sarutobi Hiruzen and Orochimaru leaving, Fujiwara Tetsuya can finally relax on the soft hospital bed. Such comfort. It is definitely not comparable to the floor on the second floor of Fujiwara's house. Watching the birds flying outside the window, Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes gradually became deep. Sarutobi Hiruzen just came over. In name, it was to visit his injuries. But it said a lot. Speaking of the Chunin exam, and the first place prize. Speaking of the 2A level ninjutsu promised yesterday, the matter of the rotating sleeping group was also mentioned. This is the strength, talent, the benefit of the reputation belt. Otherwise, this ninja hero wouldn't express his opinion so easily. System boss. Settlement system task. I don't know how long it took. Fujiwara Tetsuya finally withdrew his scattered gaze. Focus all your attention on the system's rewards. This is a temporary mission. In addition to the generous killing value, there is also an S-level lightning and water attributed ninjutsu. Add them together. It will definitely boost his strength a lot. Yo! Good-natured host. Congratulations to the host for completing the temporary mission, getting first place in Konoha's 35th Chunin exam, and making a name for herself in the ninja world. System mission settlement in progress, ding. Congratulations to host for defeating AI. Gaining a kill value of 1000. Ding. Congratulations to the host for getting first place in the Chunin exam, obtaining the S-level ninjutsu lightning style. Kylin, and obtaining a kill value of 2000. It's actually Kylin. Listen to the response in your mind. Fujiwara Tetsuya's gaze paused slightly. As the second pillar's signature ninjutsu, the Kylin that can use the celestial phenomena is definitely the ultimate lightning style. If the time and place are right, the power of Kirin can definitely surpass most S-level ninjutsu. System. Update the strength panel. Host Fujiwara Tetsuya strength, Chunin, 1/5000, bloodline, Nun ninjutsu, lightning style. Kirin, 1/1000 elementary, S, Konoha Kenjutsu, 38/1000 intermediate, A, lightning style. Chidori, 1546/3000 advanced, A, water style. Water mirror technique, 1/500 elementary, A, water style. Water severing wave, 2/3000 advanced, A, water style. Water dragon bomb technique, 220/500 intermediate, B, water style. Water fang bullet, 5/500 intermediate, B, lightning style. Thunder beast chasing fang, 105/500 advanced, C, water style. Water clone technique, 25/500 advanced, C, water style. Water prison technique, 75/500 advanced, C, body flicker technique, intermediate, D, 3 body technique, advanced, E kill value, 3000. Now, the S-level and A-level ninjutsu he mastered are on par with the B-level and C-level ninjutsu he mastered, plus the 2 A-rank ninjutsu promised by Sarutobi Hiruzen, and the reward of being the first in the Chunin exam. By then he will be able to master advanced ninjutsu. It even exceeds the sum of the low and middle level ninjutsu he has mastered. But, in a place like the ninja world, mastering powerful ninjutsu does not mean you are truly invincible. Single thunder and water attributes. It's easy to be targeted by others. Want to go further before mastering the changes in chakra attributes? Learn medical ninjutsu. Genjutsu. For Fujiwara Tetsuya, it is absolutely necessary. Should we start with medical ninjutsu? Or should we start with illusion? In repeated entanglement, Fujiwara Tetsuya held his head, looked at the starry sky in the deep night, and slowly closed his eyes. Early morning. The morning sun is shining. Fujiwara Tetsuya opened his eyes at the call of a girl. This was something that the Konoha upper echelons, or Sarutobi Hiruzen, had specifically instructed. During Fujiwara Tetsuya's hospitalization, all daily life, daily inspection activities, it's all the responsibility of this girl who has just embarked on the path of becoming a medical ninja. Master Tetsuya, you're awake. Facing the girl's admiring gaze, the pill that Fujiwara Tetsuya had just swallowed almost got stuck in his throat and he choked it. Ahem. Sister Chihiro. Just call me Tetsuya. No need to call me an adult. Otherwise, I'm afraid I won't be able to adapt for quite a long time in the future. Patting his chest, Fujiwara Tetsuya responded with difficulty. Damn ninja world. Damn the class system. Almost. He was killed again. Chapter 52. After dealing with Chihiro, Fujiwara Tetsuya finally had some peace and quiet. Touching the bandage on his right hand. After adjusting your mood, Fujiwara Tetsuya walked towards room 306. Room 306. It is exactly the ward where Uchiha Mikoto lives. After 2 days of rest, Uchiha Mikoto has woken up from his coma. Under the gaze of 2 members of the Uchiha clan, Fujiwara Tetsuya opened the door and walked in. In the room, the girl was half leaning on the bed, holding a lily in her arms, and gently swaying her white feet in the breeze. Like a beautiful painting. Mikoto. I'm coming. The moment the girl turned around, Fujiwara Tetsuya walked over with firm steps. Konoha. After the Chunin exams are over, foreign officials, nobles, wealthy merchants, and tourists from all over the world, after a short stop, they all left Konoha. In their opinion, this trip to Konoha is really an eye-opener. In addition to witnessing the fight between ninjas, I also indirectly witnessed the strength and generosity of Konoha, the first ninja village in the ninja world. On the 4th day after the end of Chunin, the list of people who advance to the next level of Chunin has been finalized. After Sarutobi Hiruzen signed and confirmed, it was officially announced through Konoha's official channels. This year, there are a total of 15 genins who have advanced to Chunin. Fujiwara Tetsuya, AI, Raza, Uchiha Mikoto, Hyuga Mamoru, Uchiha Watano, Senju Hiraki, Mizuno Tsuki Kaion, Fugo, Senju Sito, Nara Asanobu, Yellow Earth, Kana, Kagayasaki, Hojumi Musen. Among the genin who advanced to the round of 16. Except for Utane Hishii, all of them advanced to Chunin. I have to say, Sarutobi Hiruzen's wrist is really strong at this time. Fujiwara Tetsuya's injury. After several medical ninjas treated him day and night. After a few days, he was fully recovered. But Fujiwara Tetsuya was discharged from the hospital 5 or 6 days later than he recovered. Because Uchiha Mikoto's injuries are also recovering quickly. A few days later, after the attending medical ninja signed and confirmed, Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, finally left Konoha Hospital. Tetsuya. Here. In front of the hospital. A Barame wooden golem raises his right hand, and next to him is his true self in the sunset. Tetsuya. Mikoto. Congratulations on your discharge from the hospital. Now our team 13 is together again. Tetsuya. Good job. 2 palms patted Fujiwara Tetsuya's shoulders almost at the same time. Puff. Looking at Fujiwara Tetsuya's painful expression, Uchiha Mikoto's mouth curled up slightly, and she laughed out loud for the first time in several months. Mikoto. You smiled. You laughed. Hear Uchiha Mikoto's ethereal laughter. The true self of Sunset, a Barame wooden golem, trembled, with unspeakable joy flashing in his eyes. No way. That gentle and considerate companion. Are you back? Master Shingo. Wooden golem. I'm sorry for worrying you all this time. Facing the rising sun, the girl's sweet smile is like the summer breeze. The mirror lake in the heart of a Barame wooden golem that keeps blowing the sunset true self. Mikoto. Tetsuya. You too, fine. A Barame wooden golem is not an overly sensitive person. After 2 whoops. Finally calmed down. Today is indeed a good day. To celebrate the return of Tetsuya and Mikoto. I have decided. Today the teacher will treat you to a barbecue. Think of the past. Sunset's true self's emotions are becoming more and more volatile. Clap your hands. 3 people arrived, Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, and a Barame wooden golem. Just walk towards the nearest barbecue restaurant. After eating into Sunset's real wallet, the 4 of them left one after another. End of the street. Fujiwara Tetsuya rummaged through the few silver coins in his wallet. Bought all the fresh candies. Run wildly towards the direction of the clan's land. Today's discharge from hospital. He didn't tell Tanakajiro and the others. If something appears suddenly, it might give them an unexpected surprise. Family. Friendship. Love. Everything. These are all bonds approved by Fujiwara Tetsuya. Uncle Jiro. Aunt Sachiko. I'm back. A few days later. Hokage office. So, Tetsuya, you have decided which 2 A-rank ninjutsu you will choose, indoor. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Fujiwara Tetsuya with a kind face. It's rare that he put his pipe down. Yes, Hokage-sama. I have decided. Oh. I wonder which 2 ninjutsu they are. Why don't you tell me? Maybe, I can give you some reference. As a ninjutsu master, he has mastered many advanced ninjutsu. Combined with Fujiwara Tetsuya's performance in the Chunin examination, he is confident that he can give Fujiwara Tetsuya the most correct guidance. Yes, Hokage-sama. The 2 A-rank ninjutsu I want are, the healing jutsu and the water-style ninjutsu, the great waterfall technique. Healing jutsu. Hear Fujiwara Tetsuya's answer. Sarutobi Hiruzen frowned slightly. Choose the great falls technique. In his opinion, this choice was not wrong. As one of the advanced ninjutsu in water style, the great waterfall technique not only has extremely high lethality, but also has the effect of changing terrain. Even the water dragon bomb technique cannot do it at its best. It can greatly make up for Fujiwara Tetsuya's lack of large-scale ninjutsu. Greatly enhance the power of ninjutsu at all levels in Fujiwara Tetsuya's hands. But there is such a thing as healing jutsu. After a little hesitation, Sarutobi Hiruzen still intends to persuade Fujiwara Tetsuya to give up this idea. Tetsuya. Healing jutsu is different from ordinary medical ninjutsu. It involves yang attribute chakra. If I remember correctly, your attributes should be thunder and water. If you choose healing jutsu, you will just waste this opportunity. So I suggest you make another choice. You should know that when the second generation was still alive, they created many super advanced water-style ninjutsu. For example, Water Style, Heaven's Cry, this ninjutsu can also make up for your current shortcomings. Hokage-sama. Thank you for your advice. I know that I don't have yang attribute chakra. But I believe that through my efforts, one day I will be able to control the changes in chakra attributes. I will be able to truly master healing jutsu. Hokage-sama. I don't want to miss this rare opportunity. Chakra attribute changes. If it happened to an ordinary person, I'm afraid even a lifetime of effort may not be enough to achieve it. But Fujiwara Tetsuya has a system. As long as the opportunity is right. After paying the right price. Enough for Fujiwara Tetsuya to master the yang attribute chakra in advance. It's already been decided. How could he change it just because of Sarutobi Hiruzen's few words of persuasion? Tetsuya. Can you tell me why you are so obsessed with healing jutsu? Yes, Hokage-sama. I just want to master an advanced medical ninjutsu. It is to prevent my companions from dying in front of me due to untimely treatment when they have an accident one day in the future. That's all. Bond. Guard. Okay, I understand. I won't advise you anymore. But, I hope you can understand. These two ninjutsu can only be used by you. You are not allowed to spread it without my permission. Look directly into Fujiwara Tetsuya's determined gaze. Sarutobi Hiruzen was both relieved and disappointed. Although he is known as a tolerant hero. But he doesn't have the power to sweep away all enemies like the first generation and Uchiha Madara. We have to let these children be exposed to these things too early. Chapter 53. After convincing Sarutobi Hiruzen, Fujiwara Tetsuya left the Hokage building satisfied with the healing jutsu and water style Otaka technique. As for the matter of the Chunin exam reward, according to Sarutobi Hiruzen, Anbu will be sent to him in a while. Although I am a little curious. I have been recuperating for so long. Maybe it's time to start taking on tasks and stretch your muscles. After all, 3,000 kill points. For him now, it is just a drop in the bucket. Thinking about the next plan, Fujiwara Tetsuya walked slowly towards the tribe land. The three clans of Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji. Wait until Fujiwara Tetsuya turns the corner and is about to reach the gate of the courtyard. Suddenly I noticed that many figures gathered at the entrance of the courtyard. The clan members, led by adults such as Tanakajiro and Fujiwara Sachiko, were accompanying the figures and smiling continuously. It's you. What are you doing here? Come closer. Fujiwara Tetsuya's expression suddenly darkened. Because it comes into the shadow. He had met three of them once. The leader was the Jainin from the Uchiha clan who had threatened him to lose the round of 16. As for the other two familiar people, they were the Chunin from the Uchiha clan who came to force Tanakajiro to transfer the clan land a few months ago. Almost standing next to Tanakajiro, Fujiwara Tetsuya is ready for battle. Before you figure out the true intentions of the Tsutsumi clan, it's never too cautious. After all, he watched the children of the three tribes around him out of the corner of his eye. The cold light in Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes became colder and colder. He can't afford the gamble. At such a close distance. The cold light in Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes naturally did not escape Takiya's perception. But after witnessing the battle between Fujiwara Tetsuya and Raza and Ai, Takiya gradually adjusted his attitude. The kid in front of me does have the potential to become a stronger person than Utain Hisai. Little brat. You don't have to be so alert. I'm not here to cause trouble this time. What happened last time? I was too reckless. Because it's a clan matter that goes against the code of being a Konoha Jainin. So I came here this time to make it up to you. These 3 ninjutsu scrolls. They are a gift from my 10 clan. That's all that happened before. That's all. Scanning everyone's eyes. After taking out the scroll, Taku no Utain stuffed it directly into Fujiwara Tetsuya's arms, turned around and took the Chunin of the Utain clan away from the clan lands of Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yamajigai. Tetsuya. What's going on? What compensation? Did the people of the Tenshin clan coerce you in private? After seeing the ninjas from the Ten clan leave, Jiro Tanaka could no longer suppress the doubts in his heart. After pulling Fujiwara Tetsuya back into the house, he asked with a serious expression. Uncle Jiro. Don't worry. It's not a big deal. Don't think too much. Now I have won the first place in the Chunin exam. No matter who they are or what they are thinking, for the sake of Hokage-sama, they will not bother me again. Oh right. Uncle Jiro, let me tell you something while I'm here. I've decided. Starting tomorrow, I'll go find Master Shinwo to continue receiving missions. Maybe in the short term, I will go home less often. What happened? Even if it comes to an end. Fujiwara Tetsuya did not tell Tanaka Jiro about his plan. Since Jiro Tanaka has left the path of being a ninja, then there is no need to get involved. Besides worrying for nothing, it won't help at all. Today, the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Usuji clans are supported by him. That's enough. Is that so? I know. Tetsuya, you have become a qualified ninja, surpassing Uncle Jiro. There is really nothing I can do to help you right now. But Uncle Jiro still wants to tell you. Tetsuya, if something really happens that you can't bear, it's not a bad choice to bow your head. As long as you can survive. If necessary, it doesn't matter even if you abandon us. Tetsuya. I'm sorry. For making you bear all this at your age. In the days when Jiro Tanaka was promoted from Genin to Chunin, he has witnessed countless darkness. Actually, even if Fujiwara Tetsuya doesn't say it, he can guess some of it too. Uncle Jiro. Hear what Jiro Tanaka said. Fujiwara Tetsuya's nose suddenly felt sore. Thinking about the past, the voice suddenly became louder. Uncle Jiro. Don't say such things again. I am a man of the Fujiwara family. Even if there is darkness ahead, I will keep going. I will hold up a sky for my people. No matter who it is. As long as they dare to stand in my way. Block my way forward. Even if I have to turn into Shura, I won't hesitate. This is the only safe haven left in the ninja world. How can I give up? Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya's determined gaze, Jiro Tanaka fell silent again. No response for a long time. Until the moment Fujiwara Tetsuya stood up. Tetsuya. Wait until after your 8th birthday before going out on a mission. Tanaka Jiro's voice. Slightly deep. Under Fujiwara Tetsuya's unnoticed gaze, there seemed to be some kind of expectation. Uncle Jiro. I'll try to get back on your birthday. Pause for a few seconds. Fujiwara Tetsuya turned around and bowed, then walked towards his room. He knows. Jiro Tanaka, everything he did and said. All this is to allow him to survive in this ninja world full of intrigue, killing and betrayal. What a pity. That kind of survival. That's not his way of ninja. What he wants to do. Just like the ninjas of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Usuji clans. After returning to the room, Fujiwara Tetsuya opened the 3 scrolls sent by Takia. Maybe it's because of Sarutobi Hiruzen's name. The people of the Rotating Bed clan did not deal with him casually. 3rd Gate Ninjutsu Scroll. 1 C-rank Lightning Style Ninjutsu. 2 B-rank Water Style Ninjutsu. Just matches his chakra attributes. These were also ninjutsu that he had never encountered before. Water Style. Water Barrier. Water Style. Water Dragon Whip. Lightning Style. Land Walk. Water Barrier is a perfect defensive ninjutsu. It can make up for his lack of defensive ninjutsu. As for the Water Dragon Whip, it tends to be a controlled attack ninjutsu. It's also a good supplementary ninjutsu. As for walking on the ground, tossing the scroll in his hand, Fujiwara Tetsuya twitched his lips, but didn't complain too much. In the land of fire, lightning style ninjutsu is a rare thing. It makes sense that C-rank ninjutsu corresponds to Chunin's level. Otherwise, the Konoha High UPS would not be so eager to let him learn the Chidori technique after he developed the A-level lightning style. 5th Gate Ninjutsu. Plus the water mirror technique that I've just started with. The next period of time. Some are busy. Chapter 54. The next morning. After Team 13 reunites. Under the guidance of Sunset's true self, we stepped into the Hokage building again. Mikoto. I'm relieved to see you cheer up. It seems that letting Tetsuya join Team 13 was indeed the right decision. Today, Sarutobi Hiruzen seems to be in exceptionally good spirits. This may be the happiness of adults. Count the days. Asuma should be born in the next 1 or 2 years. Yes, Hokage-sama. I'm sorry for the trouble you've been having during this time. Face the Hokage. Uchiha Mikoto's attitude is just as gentle though. But Fujiwara Tetsuya could clearly feel the hidden alienation. This is probably the gap between the Uchiha and the Hokage that is deeply rooted in their nature. Alright. I hope you three can get along well in the future as well. After all, you are all people I value. Old charlatan. He never forgets to win people's hearts all the time. Fujiwara Tetsuya's gaze paused on Sarutobi Hiruzen for a moment, then quickly moved aside. Enough of the small talk. Shingo Jainin, you guys came at the perfect time. I have a B-rank mission for you guys to do. This time, the mission requires you to escort the ninjas from the Hidden Whirlpool Village who are coming to take the Chunin exam back to the Hidden Whirlpool Village safely. I need to remind you that the ninjas of the Hidden Whirlpool Village are carrying letters I wrote to the leader of the Hidden Whirlpool Village. No matter what, there must be no mistakes. In addition, the situation in Whirlpool Country in recent years is not as peaceful as imagined. There is a high probability that we will encounter a battle during this mission. There is a possibility that the mission level may be raised. The Hidden Whirlpool Village? Listen to Sarutobi Hiruzen's explanation. Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes gradually sank. The destruction of the Hidden Whirlpool Village probably took place before World War II. That is, in recent years. The biggest driving force behind the destruction of the Hidden Whirlpool Village was Kirigakuer. But there is a dark hand in the dark. I don't know how many. The current Uzumaki village is definitely a bottomless Uzumaki. But the greater the danger, the chances are just as great. The Uzumaki clan's sealing technique. It is undoubtedly the sealing of the ninja world. Even if you can't learn it, it's good to have some experience. Is that so? The look of my true self in the sunset hesitated for a moment. After looking back at Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other two, the decision was made immediately. Hokage-sama. Please leave this mission to our Team 13. We will definitely send the ninjas from the Hidden Whirlpool Village safely to the Hidden Whirlpool Village. Okay then. I'll leave this matter to you. I will send someone to notify the ninjas of the Hidden Whirlpool Village to gather at the village gate at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's you guys. When Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka meet Fujiwara Tetsuya, a Barame wooden golem, and Uchiha Mikoto, his eyes were filled with astonishment. You two from the Hidden Whirlpool Village. Long time no see. It seems like you two have been doing well lately. Looking at the two people in front of him, the three people from Fujiwara Tetsuya also smiled a little and greeted them one after another. The Jainin leading Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka returned to the hidden Sub-Asa village after the Chunin exam because of an urgent mission. After all, not every ninja village has a systematic training mechanism like the 5 major ninja villages. Own a large number of Jainin and elite Jainin. Place it in some small and medium-sized ninja villages. Jainin are the pillars of a village, the highest fighting force besides the leader. Now that everyone is here, let's go. After the 5 people exchanged greetings, Sunset True Self waved his right hand, and several people immediately ran towards the distance. The Land of Whirlpools is located on a large island in the eastern waters of the Land of Fire. To the north is the Iron Country and the Soup Country. To the south is the Bear Country. Further east, across the Endless Ocean is the Water Kingdom, which is also one of the 5 great nations. Since the Uzumaki clan established their country, they have shared a lot of the pressure from the Water Kingdom for Konoha. Therefore, relative to the border lines in the northeast, northwest, and southwest directions, there aren't many ninjas stationed on the eastern border. That is, in recent years, the situation in the Whirlpool country has continued to deteriorate. The Konoha high-ranking officials then dispatched a large group of ninjas to patrol the eastern border. Within the borders of the Fire Nation, Fujiwara Tetsuya, Sunset Shinmi, and the others had a safe journey. Apart from dealing with a few waves of blind bandits along the way, they didn't encounter any trouble. On the way, Fujiwara Tetsuya and others finally understood. Why did Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka only set out to return to the Land of Whirlpools at this time? After all, it's the one from Senju. I miss my hometown. After the fall of first-generation Senju Hashirama, that person's health is getting worse. For Nine-Tails' safety, it's been many years since I've been back to the Uzumaki clan. Therefore, the 2 younger generations, Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Meika, will be kept by his side for a while. Arrive. After 2 days of continuous travel, the vast sea finally appeared in the sight of Fujiwara Tetsuya and his companions. Is this the sea? Breathe the air that smells of the sea. Fujiwara Tetsuya felt completely refreshed. Come to think of it, this is the first time he has seen the ocean since he came to the ninja world. What a pity. I have a mission now. Otherwise, sunbathing, surfing or something like that is definitely a good choice. Tetsuya. Mikoto. Wooden golem. Everyone, pay attention and be alert. The sea is different from the land. Once you get on a boat, you will face unpredictable risks. If it's really as Hokage-sama said. If we run into the ninjas from Kirigakure, it will be a battle beyond imagination. Looking at the ferry not far away, the expression of my true self in the sunset gradually became serious. Don't worry, Master Shingo. We won't be careless. In the 35 years of Konoha, the high technology of the ninja world was far from the level of decades later. At least, Fujiwara Tetsuya is standing on an ancient wooden ship. Whether it's speed, sturdiness, or comfort, they're far behind. The destination of this ship is the land of water. However, when passing through the whirlpool country, we will stay for 2 days. Whether it is the specialty of the whirlpool country or the specialty of the water country. After a cross-sea transportation transaction, it is enough for those businessmen who travel east and west to make several times the profit. What do you mean? Uncle, you not only have land in the land of fire and the land of whirlpools, but you also bought a large manor in the land of water. Uncle. It's amazing that you can achieve financial freedom at your age. Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Meika were locked in the cabin's guest room by Sunset Shinga. Although I have the protection of my true self in the sunset. But Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other two were not idle either. Travel around on a sea boat. Keep gathering information. The businessman in front of him, Kazuo Nakamura, who was born in the land of hot springs, is one of the people that Fujiwara Tetsuya suspects. Chapter 55. Haha. Little devil. Although what you said makes me very happy. But I still want to tell you. During the years since I left the kingdom of hot springs and traveled back and forth to do business, I have encountered countless difficulties and obstacles. Pirates. Wandering ninjas. Tsunamis. I don't know how many times I've encountered them. The road to success is much harder than you think. But you became a ninja at such a young age. You really have a bright future. Maybe it's Fujiwara Tetsuya's hype. Nakamura Kazuo couldn't help but burst out laughing. It immediately attracted a lot of people's attention. Really? Are you a veteran? Looking at the big fish jumping out of the sea in the distance, Fujiwara Tetsuya also laughed out loud. Not far away, Uchiha Mikoto was resting by the railing with his chin hanging down, after searching in vain. Looking at Fujiwara Tetsuya's short back, the corners of his mouth couldn't help but curl up a little. Mikoto. Do you think Tetsuya is sick? How about I go ask if there is a doctor on the ship? Ask him to check on Tetsuya. Before this pleasant picture is frozen, a barame wooden golem suddenly appeared next to Uchiha Mikoto. Hiding behind black sunglasses, he looked at Fujiwara Tetsuya with worry in his eyes. Wooden golem. Is it possible? Is this what Tetsuya thinks? Proposal for a barame wooden golem. Uchiha Mikoto is obviously too lazy to answer. After a barame wooden golem fell into deep thought, the girl looked at the figure again. Ha ha ha, kid. Not bad. Your character is exactly what I want. If you weren't so young, I would definitely buy you a couple of drinks. Uncle Nakamura. I feel the same way. To witness our friendship today, if you come to Konoha in the future, you must come find me. I'll apply to the Hokage-sama and give you a 20% discount. Amidst countless words full of intrigue and insincerity, the setting sun in the distance gradually sinks into the sea. The night suddenly fell into endless darkness. Tetsuya. Are you sure? Guest room. Uchiha Mikoto and a barame wooden golem followed Fujiwara Tetsuya after he entered. After making sure no one is following, a barame wooden golem slowly closed the door. There shouldn't be much deviation. The whirlpool country is not far from the eastern coast of the fire country. According to the current wind direction and ship speed, the ship will reach the island where the whirlpool country is before dark tomorrow at the latest. Tonight is their best chance for a surprise attack. By the way, wooden golem, have the bugs been released? Tetsuya. Don't worry, I checked it carefully, there will be no problem. Then please continue to monitor. In order to avoid arousing their suspicion. Mikoto, let's get some sleep first. The bed in the guest room of a ship is just called a bed. After all, it's just 2 wooden stakes and a thick board. Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya raised his foot and walked towards the wooden bed by the window, Uchiha Mikoto appeared behind him again without him noticing. After a long time, I slapped him twice on the back of his head. Mikoto. Why did you hit me? Touching the lump on the back of the head, Fujiwara Tetsuya hid away in pain. Could it be that the cool Uchiha Mikoto is back? Or say, Uchiha Mikoto, after experiencing the death of his teammates in battle, became a dual personality. Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya continued to daydream, I was stunned for a moment by Uchiha Mikoto's cry. Little brat! Don't say things that could lead to misunderstandings. The night sky. That's it, Otsutsuki Kagaya. However, at this time, Fujiwara Tetsuya was lying on the bed, but he was not sleepy at all. Because of the position next to him. The one lying there is Uchiha Mikoto. At this extreme distance, he could not only clearly see the girl's profile. You can smell the unique fragrance of Uchiha Mikoto and even hear the other person's heartbeat. The trash of Kirigakuer. You can't go any faster. Suppress the inner restlessness. Fujiwara Tetsuya suddenly began to hope that the ninjas from Kirigakuer would arrive soon. At least I can get rid of this torment temporarily. Early morning. When everything returns to tranquility. Suddenly, 2 small boats appeared on the dark sea. Pushed by the waves, it slowly approached the ship. At this moment, under the shining starlight, a vague figure could be vaguely seen at the bow of the ship. As several trivial sounds rang out. After fixing the boat, the 3 teams of Mist Country ninjas jumped lightly and appeared on the deck of the ship. Kazuo. Qingchuan. Tamaru. You're finally here. Looking at the many mist ninjas in front of him, Nakamura Kazuo finally let go of his worries. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Have you confirmed the information? The 2 leaders were obviously old acquaintances of Nakamura Kazuo. It's confirmed. Konoha's ninja team is led by a Jainin from the Sunset Clan, and the team members include brats from the Uchiha clan and the Aberme clan. The other one is from an unknown minor ninja clan. Not worth mentioning. Nakamura Kazuo's methods. Far more sophisticated than Fujiwara Tetsuya imagined. While he was dealing with Fujiwara Tetsuya, I have learned about Team 13 through other channels. Where are those 2 brats, Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka? After learning the information about Team 13, the leading mist ninja was not as panicked as imagined. Those 2 brats from the Uzumaki clan are in the cabin's guest room. They're being watched by the Sunset clan's Jainin himself. So, if we want to capture those 2 brats alive, we have to deal with the Jainin of the Sunset clan first. Tamaru. You and me together. The 2 of us will team up to take out the Jainin of the Sunset clan. Everyone else, go to the room where those brats from Konoha are. Take care of them quickly. As he spoke, a hint of bloodthirsty killing intent flashed across Kinken's eyes. Obviously. In the past, he has killed many members of the Uzumaki clan. Guest room. The moment Nakamura Kazuo, Kiyozumi, Tamaru, and others dispersed, Aberme Wooden Golem also informed Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto of everything he sensed through the bugs. 3 teams. What a generous move. Genin and Chinin in the team. Fujiwara Tetsuya is not afraid. The only thing we are afraid of is the ninjas leading these 3 teams. You know, this is not wartime. No matter if you are a Jainin, Chinin, or even a Genin, keep pulling them to the front. Usually Jainin and Elite Chunin are the standard for squad leaders, and they keep dropping. Tetsuya. Should we go support Shingo-sensei? Just like the sunset I said. After stepping into the ocean, everything you encounter is unknown. Just like what they are experiencing now. We can only trust Master Shinga at this time. What we have to do is to get rid of those mist ninjas who are surrounding us as quickly as possible and support Master Shinga as soon as possible. Silence for a few breaths. Fujiwara Tetsuya still rejected Aberme Wooden Golem's proposal. Battle between Jainin. There is a fundamental difference between Chinin and Genin. Although, all 3 of them are no weaker than ordinary Chinin. But get involved rashly. It will only make the situation more Chaotic. Chapter 56. Just as Qingchuan and Taiwan, two mist ninjas, rushed to the room where Yui Shinago was. Led by Nakamura Kazuo, 10 mist ninjas have already reached the door where Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other two are staying. Listen to the breathing sounds in the room. Several streams of poisonous smoke spread through the gap in the door and continued to spread deeper into the room. Get started. Dozens of seconds later. Under the command of a special Jainin, several ninjas suddenly kicked the door open, and countless kunao and shurikens were shot towards the wooden bed in the room. In an instant. Ding-dong sound. In an instant, it kept echoing in the narrow space at the bottom of the boat. Many people were awakened immediately. But, surprisingly, both the crew members and the passengers on the ship. No one dared to open the door and take a look. No. We've fallen into a trap. When the 3 mist ninjas were about to lift the quilt, the 3 figures that were almost shot into sieves suddenly turned into pieces of wood. Everyone, disturbing people's sleep in the middle of the night is not a good habit. In a low and long voice, a beetle suddenly fell from the roof of the cabin, when the mist ninjas' full attention was focused on the interior of the room. It turned into Fujiwara Tetsuya's appearance. Take advantage of the gap when several mist ninjas in the house leave the room. The kunao in Fujiwara Tetsuya's hand has already slit the throat of a mist ninja Chunin. It's you. The little brat from Konoha. Looking at the dead body of my companion. The moment Nakamura Kazuo saw Fujiwara Tetsuya, he gritted his teeth in hatred. Hey! Uncle Kazufu! Looks like my guess was right. You are indeed a spy sent out by Kirigakuer. Shake off the bloodline on the kunao. A playful smile flashed across Fujiwara Tetsuya's lips. The footsteps slowly retreated. There are too many mist ninjas. And the aisle in the cabin is too narrow. If it was a close combat, he would inevitably be surrounded and beaten. Little devil! Who are you? At your age, you have such strength. You shouldn't be an unknown person. While Nakamura Kazuo was attracting Fujiwara's attention, the opposing mist ninjas had already formed up for battle. Oh! Is that so? I'm sorry, Uncle Kazufu, maybe I remembered it wrong. My last name is not Tanaka. My last name is Fujiwara. You should call me Fujiwara Tetsuya. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Konoha's genius. Fujiwara Tetsuya, who topped the Chunin exam. No wonder you have such strength. As each ninja village participates in the Chunin exams, the genin returns. This name of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Among the many ninja villages, it is no longer an unknown name. As ninjas, they naturally know what is hidden behind this name. Kid. Although your strength and intelligence are both top-notch. But that's the end of it. No matter what, you can't escape from our grasp. Really? Uncle Kazufu? Don't be so confident. Aren't you curious about where my other 2 companions went? Why not? Look behind you. At the moment Fujiwara Tetsuya's voice fell. 2 tiny footsteps suddenly sounded at the end of the passage. This kind of change. It also made many mist ninjas subconsciously turn their heads away. Don't look into those eyes. The special Jainin of the mist village apparently saw through Fujiwara Tetsuya's plan. But when I opened my mouth, it was too late. Under Uchiha Mikoto's scarlet double Megatama. The moment the eyes of several mist ninjas met. He has been pulled into the illusion by Sharingan. Illusions are so convenient. Just 3 seconds. Fujiwara Tetsuya has already dealt with 3 of Kirigakure's genin. Damn it. Kazuo. Leave the Uchiha clan brats to me. You go deal with the Aberame clan brats. All of you. Go and kill this damn brat. Fujiwara Tetsuya's wanton killing. Constantly irritating the nerves of the mist ninja, especially the Jainin. With close combat. The pressure faced by Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, and Aberame wooden golem suddenly increased. Bite. Several kunao are coming towards you. At the moment when Fujiwara Tetsuya knocked the kunao away, 5 Chunin and genin from the mist village had surrounded him. Kirigakure's trash. Follow me if you can. Looking around, Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes darkened slightly. He instantly escaped the encirclement, quickly crossed the passage and ran towards the deck. Chase. Not far away. Uchiha Mikoto and Aberame wooden golem saw Fujiwara Tetsuya's actions. Also under the cover of the Aberame wooden golem swarm. Quickly escaped from the battle. The room on the right court side. Qingchuan and Tamara's arrival. I couldn't escape the perception of my true self in the sunset. As a veteran Jainin of Konoha, even when facing the siege of two mist ninjas, he never showed any panic. Heiji, Naka, you two go find Tetsuya and the others. I'll take care of these two enemies as soon as possible. Small space. Although it limits the expression of Sunset's true self. But at the same time, it also caused a lot of trouble for Qingchuan and Taiwan. Facing the erratic attack of my true self in the sunset, the two could only let Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka leave. Calm down and face your true self in the sunset. On the deck. It didn't take long to reach the bow at Fujiwara Tetsuya. Uchiha Mikoto and Aberame wooden golem came over one after another. The situation instantly turned into a 3 versus 7 situation. Wooden golem. Could you please stop that special Jainin for a while? Special Jainin. Looking at the fierce expression of the mist ninja, Aberame wooden golem couldn't help but gasp. Tetsuya. You really think highly of me. Although I am far behind you. But I will try my best. It's authentic and reliable. I'll leave it to you. Mikoto. I'll leave the rest to you. The moment Fujiwara Tetsuya turned his head, Uchiha Mikoto seems to have figured it all out. The tacit understanding we have built over the past few months is not just empty talk. Illusion, Fox Heart Technique Lightning Style Chidori under the cover of Uchiha Mikoto's group illusion. Fujiwara Tetsuya's figure turned into afterimages. Every turn will inevitably take away a life. Damn it! What kind of ninjutsu is this? Staring at Fujiwara Tetsuya who was rushing towards him. Suddenly, beads of sweat broke out on Nakamura Kazuo's forehead. Tiger snake rat snake tiger water style. Water barrier. Your hand seal speed is pretty good. But your water style is too weak. Look at the wall of water that appears in front of you. Fujiwara Tetsuya didn't pause at all. Amid the constant chirping of thousands of birds, the dense electric current directly tore through Nakamura Kazuo's last line of defense. Sorry, uncle. It seems that your life has to end here. With a huge roar, Kazuo Nakamura's charred body was directly knocked into the deck by Fujiwara Tetsuya. After struggling twice, there was no breath at all. Chapter 57. Uchiha Mikoto unleashes a genjutsu. Go to Fujiwara Tetsuya and eliminate the 6 mist ninjas including Nakamura Kazuo. It took less than a minute in total. Such a huge change. It also made the remaining mist ninja, especially the Jainin, completely panic. If placed in the same position, want to take out 1 elite Chunin, 2 Chunin, and 3 Genin. With good luck, maybe you can win with some specific means. But, if you are unlucky, who knows how badly he will be tortured by these 6 ninjas. Water style. Mist shinobi technique. The diffuse mist made the already dim vision even more blurred. Wooden golem. Mikoto. Watch out. This guy. He is fundamentally different from the Chunin and Genin we just fought. If I'm not mistaken, he should have joined the Mist Ninja Anbu and received professional training from Anbu. Looking at the almost identical scene in front of me, Fujiwara Tetsuya instantly placed the kunao across his chest. Back to back with Uchiha Mikoto, forming a defensive stance. Kid. You have good taste. I did lead Anbu for a while a few years ago. It's also thanks to the torture during this period of time. I learned the silent killing technique, this terrifying skill. You should be honored to die under my Kirigaku's secret technique. Covered by thick fog, the mist ninja, especially the Jainin, seemed to be getting bolder. Arrogant voices kept coming from every corner. Unpredictable. It is difficult for people to determine his true location. What a headache. Stupid guy. It seems that you and that idiot, Kizuna Shin, are of the same type. The combination of mist shinobi technique and silent killing technique is really good. But your mist shinobi technique, you used it in the wrong place. Here. But we are on a ship. There's only so much space. Where can you hide? Show yourself, you fool. Water style. Water dragon bomb technique in the sea, the home of water style. Fujiwara Tetsuya condensed into a water dragon. It is extremely huge. While counting the sound of the roaring waves, a huge water dragon gradually took shape, poked its head out from the depths of the sea, and dived into the thick fog. Little devil! What do you want to do? You know how to use such a large-scale water style in a place like this. The entire ship is in danger of capsizing. Looking at the water dragon that was less than a few meters away from him, the special Jainin of the mist secretly swallowed his saliva. Because of fear, the voice began to tremble. That's just perfect. Who told you to kill us? Besides, we've already killed so many mist ninja. If we can take you with us, there will be 2 Jainin in the cabin who will be buried with you. Whatever you say, it's a sure win business. Under the control of Fujiwara Tetsuya, the huge water dragon gradually showed a tendency to fall. Damn it! Damn little devil! You're still far from being able to drag me down with you to be buried with you. Water style. Water barrier. Now this particular Jainin has constructed a wall of water. It is indeed several times thicker than Nakamura Kazuo's. But under the added water dragon bomb, it doesn't work at all. Amidst several roars, the water dragon bomb easily blew away the water wall, scraping against the floor, and directly blasted Kirigakuru's Jainin and the cargo on the surrounding decks into the sea. What a pity! Look at the kill value floating with the ocean current. Fujiwara Tetsuya suddenly felt a pain in his flesh. That's a special Jainin. At least 100 plus. Tetsuya, you don't have to blame yourself so much. We are lucky to be able to defeat that guy. Apparently, a Barame wooden golem misunderstood Fujiwara Tetsuya's idea. But this kind of thing, obviously it cannot be explained casually. Just treat it as a beautiful misunderstanding. Tetsuya, Mikoto. Just when Fujiwara Tetsuya turned his head, Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka are late. Heiji. Naka. You're here. Where's Shingo-sensei? Meet 2 people. Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, and a Barame wooden golem immediately went forward to meet them. The Sunset Jainin is fighting 2 ninjas from Kirigakura in the cabin. He asked 2 of us to come and support you. But now it seems that there is no need for that. Regarding the fighting power of Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto. As a participant in the Chunin exam. Spectator. Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka obviously have a clearer understanding. Looking at the messy deck. Uzumaki Heiji. Uzumaki Meika. He shook his head with a hint of self-mockery. Tetsuya. Shall we go support Mr. Ui? Ninjas from the 5 great nations. Those who can reach the Jainin level are basically not good enough. Especially those who are sent out by Kirigakura to commit murder and robbery basically have strong strength. Even though Sunset's true self has been tempered by the first battle. 1 against 2. It is definitely a great test. No. Wooden golem. We can't go. It's not that I'm afraid of death. It's just that with our current strength, there's no way I can stand up to Jainin. What if we unfortunately fall into the hands of the Mist Ninja? Do you think that with Mr. Shingo's personality, he will choose to continue the mission? Or will he choose to save our lives? Completing the mission depends on your companion's lives. This is always a problem that ninjas have to face. For most ninjas, the top priority is to complete the village's mission first, and then the lives of their companions. But for people with a personality like Sunset True Self, the answer is undoubtedly the latter. Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya's inquiry, a Barame wooden golem is silent. Uchiha Mikoto also withdrew his gaze from Fujiwara Tetsuya and lowered his head. As for Uzumaki Heiji, Uzumaki Meika, because the whole topic is too heavy, no more words will be said. If it really comes to that, maybe. It was the moment when the 2 of them sacrificed their lives for the hidden Whirlpool village. The land of Whirlpool. For the Uzumaki clan. At this time, can we only rely on Master Shingo? I feel weak. It's really annoying. The process of waiting is always anxious. Even the cool sea breeze. There is no way to cool down everyone's complicated thoughts at this moment. 5 minutes. 10 minutes. 20 minutes. Were there some dull thumping sounds coming from the bottom of the cabin? The battle continues. The figure of my true self in the sunset has not yet walked out of the dark and long passage. Mikoto. Wooden golem. You 2 keep an eye on Heiji and Naka. I'll go down and take a look. The true self of Sunset is probably other than Jiro Tanaka. In this ninja world, the best adult man for him. For him. It's definitely not Captain. Teacher. It's that simple. Tetsuya. I'm going with you. The moment Uchiha Mikoto opened her mouth, The passage ahead. Gradually, several dull footsteps were heard. Chapter 58. True Sensei. Under the cover of shadows, the tired figure of my true self gradually emerged. Look at the man in front of you. Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other two shook their bodies and quickly went forward to meet them. Looks like you guys have solved it. Then I'll feel relieved. After unloading the burden in your heart. The true self of the sunset seems to have been drained of all its strength. He who stumbles is bound to fall. Fortunately, at the critical moment, Fujiwara Tetsuya and a Barame wooden golem supported Sunset Mayu's arms. Shinga-sensei. Where are the two Jainin from Kirigakure? Did you solve it? Fujiwara Tetsuya's question. It is also a question in everyone's mind. Although I have enough confidence in the true self of Sunset. But those two. After all, they are both Jainin-level strong men. Cough. I killed one of them. The other one, after a long stalemate, broke through the hull and escaped. Escaped. That's good. Today's Kirigakure attack has come to an end. In a moment of silence, Fujiwara suddenly remembered what Sarutobi Hiruzen said when issuing the mission. It was obvious that everything they were about to face had been predicted. Until the next morning. Only the crew members, guests, and traveling merchants hiding in the cabin dared to open the door and step onto the deck. But after everyone saw the bloodline Madara on the deck and the mess on the ground, no one dared to say anything. Even those who lost their goods were silent and terrified. A matter between ninjas. It can only be solved between ninjas. They are ordinary people. Traveling across the ocean is, after all, just to make a living. Risking your life for something like this. It's not worth it. As the sun goes down overhead, the waves in the distance seem to have calmed down a little. Looking at the scorching sun above your head, Fujiwara Tetsuya also gathered his thoughts and slowly took stock of yesterday's gains. A battle in the early morning. As many as 10 Kirigakure ninjas died in his hands alone. 1 elite chunin, 3 chunin, 6 genin. These people brought him a total of 402 kill points. It was enough for him to upgrade a C-level ninjutsu to a high-level proficiency level. Just as expected. Before night falls. After a bumpy voyage, the ship finally arrived at the island where the Whirlpool country is located. Because of the size of the island, the population of Whirlpool country is not that large. Apart from the main city in the south, there are only a few scattered villages and towns around the island. As many as tens of thousands of people. The smallest number is only about 1,000 people. Tetsuya. The hidden Whirlpool village is just ahead. The hidden Whirlpool village is not in the main city of the Whirlpool country. But it is near a mountain several miles west of the city. Looking at the village ahead, everyone gradually quickened their pace. As long as they send Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka to the hidden Whirlpool village, their mission this time will be completed. Only, what Fujiwara Tetsuya didn't expect was, in the hidden Whirlpool village, they actually met an unexpected person. As a ninja of Konoha. After Yui Shingo, Fujiwara Tetsuya, and others entered the hidden Whirlpool village, I received a hospitality beyond my imagination. In addition to a spacious house to stay, there are also 2 members of the Uzumaki branch who are responsible for their daily life. Tetsuya. Hurry up. Heiji and Naka are here. You're going to take us around the hidden Whirlpool village. The next morning, Fujiwara Tetsuya was catching up on his sleep while hugging his pillow. A Barame wooden golem banged on Fujiwara Tetsuya's door. Ha! Here I come. Wooden golem, wait for me. Yawning, Fujiwara Tetsuya reluctantly rolled off the bed. Only after experiencing the turbulence of the ocean will you understand clearly how comfortable it feels to have your feet on the ground. The customs of the hidden Turburo village. There is a big difference compared to Konoha. Various specialties and handicrafts from the land of hot springs, the land of craftsmen, the land of bears, and the land of water filled the shops along the streets of the Uzushino village. Fortunately, in the ninja world, silver is universal. A Barame wooden golem, Uchiha Mikoto picked out a few small items she liked. As for Fujiwara Tetsuya, you can only enjoy the sight with your empty wallet. What a pity. Today is a peaceful place. There is no way to avoid the end of destruction. Tetsuya. How's it going? Although the hidden Whirlpool village is not as prosperous as Konoha, it is surrounded by the sea and is located in the center of the Eastern Sea area. There are many new and interesting things there. Oh right. I suddenly remembered that the most famous sushi restaurant in Uzushi City just opened a branch in Uzushi Village. How about we go there to eat sushi later? Sushi? That's a good choice. Touching his chin, Fujiwara Tetsuya was the first to agree. As a country by the sea. A ninja village by the sea. I don't know what precious species the people of the hidden whirlpool village will salvage from the depths of the ocean. Although the ramen and yakiniku taste good. But the food in the ninja world is still relatively monotonous. Perhaps. When you have enough capital in the future, you can open a chain of stir-fry restaurants or hot pot restaurants. Maybe it's a good choice. Uzumaki, the sushi restaurant that Heiji loves. The full name is Shinseki Hachimaru Secret Sushi Restaurant. An extremely cheesy store name. However, I have to say that the decoration of this sushi restaurant is completely different from the simple style of the shops along the street in Uzugakure village. Clean. Neat. Gorgeous. It can be seen that a lot of effort was put in. Boss. Give me one of the best and freshest sushi in your store. Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka are out this time. Apparently the funds were specially approved by the elders of the Uzumaki clan. Just when Fujiwara Tetsuya was still struggling with the standard unit price on the wall of the store. Uzumaki Heiji threw the purse and in a blink of an eye it was in front of the sushi restaurant owner. So it's an ant from the Uzumaki clan. Okay. Please wait a moment. I will have someone prepare the freshest and best sushi for you. In the land of whirlpools. The Uzumaki clan emblem style. It is almost engraved deep in the souls of the residents of the whirlpool country. I didn't look down on Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka because of their age. It only takes about 10 minutes. Plates of sushi were placed in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya and the others. Mostly based on shellfish, crabs, and fish. Occasionally you can see shrimps at Fujiwara Tetsuya that you can't even name. Delicious. It's worthy of being the best sushi restaurant in whirlpool country. Just when the 5 people from Fujiwara Tetsuya were busy eating. Not far from where they were, behind a wooden partition. Suddenly a familiar voice was heard. This accent is, Jiraiya? After identifying the owner of the voice, Fujiwara Tetsuya couldn't help but tremble. The sushi in the chopsticks slipped out. Tetsuya. What's wrong? Nothing. I just didn't expect to meet Master Jiraiya in the land of whirlpools. Let's go. As the younger generation, we should go over and say hello. Look at Fujiwara Tetsuya standing up. Aberame wooden golem and Uchiha Mikoto had to put down their chopsticks and bowls temporarily. He walked towards the partition with a reluctant look on his face. Chapter 59. Jiraiya is an adult. Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya guessed. Behind the partition, eating and drinking. Someone who makes strange noises from time to time. It's Jiraiya. Hey! It's you two little brats. Why are you here? Jiraiya obviously has some impression of Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto. As for Aberame wooden golem. But was ruthlessly ignored by Jiraiya. We are here to carry out a mission. Where are you, Master Jiraiya? As an elite Jainin of Konoha, why are you here? It can't be you. You came here specially to relax under the pretext of completing a mission. Look at the various kinds of sushi in front of Jiraiya. Fujiwara Tetsuya's body paused slightly. That's the benefit of being an elite ninja. It has a large number of A-level and S-level tasks. I'm not short of money at all. Not like him, a little chnin. So poor. Little devil. What's that look in your eyes? How can you question the heroic and majestic Jiraiya-sama? Originally Jiraiya wanted to say something more. But after noticing the same look from Uchiha Mikoto and Aberame wooden golem, the corner of his mouth twitched. In an instant, he lost the demeanor of a strong man. The little devil of Konoha. Are people so precocious now? You little brats. You're so uncut. Master Jiraiya is just like you. We are all here on a mission to the land of whirlpools. Oh. To be able to make a strong man like Jiraiya-sama make this special trip. This mission is definitely not an easy one. It must be an S-rank mission, right? For the strong. The weak basically have a kind of blind worship. While Fujiwara Tetsuya was guessing what mission Jiraiya was carrying out, Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Naka squeezed over directly. With stars in his eyes, he kept looking at Jiraiya. A brat from the Uzumaki clan. You two are much cuter than these three brats. That's right. Master Jiraiya, I came to the land of whirlpools to carry out an S mission, really. Sometimes steady. Sometimes jumpy. He's still a thick-skinned guy at heart. Cough. Master Jiraiya. Do not forget the ninja code. Watch Jiraiya gradually lose himself in the admiration of Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Meika. Fujiwara Tetsuya couldn't help it. Just a reminder. Ha ha ha. Tetsuya brat. Thanks for the reminder. But rules are things like this, as long as they don't violate our ninja code. They can be changed according to the situation. Listen to Jiraiya's story. Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other two also pricked up their ears. The content of the mission is somewhat related to what Fujiwara Tetsuya guessed. Jiraiya comes to the land of whirlpools this time. This is to investigate the mastermind behind the Uzumaki clan's attacks on the land of whirlpools during this period of time. If you can solve it easily, that would be the best. If not, reporting the information obtained to Uzumaki Ashina is considered mission accomplished. But think of this. Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes moved slightly. The driving force behind the Whirlpool Kingdom incident. But there is far more than just one force. Jiraiya wants to find out the truth. I'm afraid it's not that simple. I think Jiraiya must be aware of this. Only then can I relax for a while in this sushi restaurant. After leaving the sushi restaurant, Uzumaki Heiji, Uzumaki Naka, and Fujiwara Tetsuya lead the other two, wandering around the hidden whirlpool village. Until the evening. Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, and a Barame wooden golem just returned to their residence. Master Jiraiya. Why are you here? Same question. But it's a different location. The moment Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other two opened the door, Jiraiya has a serious look on his face. I was sitting on the floor with my true self in the sunset, sipping the tea that I had brought from somewhere quite seriously. That's a bit strange, little devils. After all, we are ninjas from the same village. And I am your elder. Shouldn't you have a surprised expression every time you see me? Even in front of the Higashima, who is also a Jainin. Jiraiya's style remains unchanged. Looking at the sunset, I have a calm expression on my face. Fujiwara Tetsuya suddenly had a premonition. Konoha village. Maybe I won't be able to go back in a short time. Alright. Little brats from Team 13. I won't tease you anymore. I came here this time to ask for help from your 13th squad. In the sea area of Misty Island not far from the east of Whirlpool Country. I found all the clues that the ninjas of Kirigakure might be planning something. So, I need Team 13 to follow me to the Mist Road. Help me destroy Kirigakure's conspiracy against the Whirlpool Country. Master Jiraiya. Please forgive me for asking such a question. For such an urgent matter. Shouldn't you tell the leader of the hidden Whirlpool village and ask them to send strong men to help? Why? Do you have to come after our Team 13? This is something that even Jiraiya, a strong man who has half a foot in cage level, finds difficult. That would at least involve elite Jainin. Or even higher level battles. This kind of thing. Regardless of him and Uchiha Mikoto, a Barame wooden golem. Even a veteran Jainin like Sunset Shinamai has to think twice. Getting involved in this hastily is definitely not the right choice. What a perceptive little devil. Not only is his strength outstanding, but his brain power is far superior to that of other kids his age. Fujiwara Tetsuya, I'm becoming more and more interested in you. Don't say such misleading words anymore. Master Jiraiya. Please answer my question. Dodge Jiraiya's slick left hand. Fujiwara Tetsuya's tone gradually became heavier. It's a matter of life and death. It's not so easy to deal with it. Okay. Then I'll tell you why. Today's Whirlpool Country, Whirlpool Village, has been jointly targeted by many forces. Any powerful ninja from the hidden Whirlpool Village has been secretly monitored. If I ask for help from the hidden Whirlpool Village and go to the Misty Island Sea to investigate, it will definitely be exposed to some people, and the final result will be. The best case scenario is that we get nothing. The worst case scenario is that all the ninjas heading to the Misty Island Sea, including me, will fall into Kirigakure's trap. That's why I came to you. After all, with the strength of Shingo Jainin, plus the three of you, Team 13 would be one of the best teams among all the teams in Konoha. Well, I've already told you the reason. Little devils, it's time for you to tell me the answer. Do you want to help me? Looking at Jiraiya's serious expression. Not to mention a bear-made wooden golem. Even Uchiha Mikoto is a little tempted. But he moved his lips, but didn't give a direct answer. Just turn your eyes to Fujiwara Tetsuya. Chapter 60. Master Jiraiya. Please forgive us for refusing. Facing Jiraiya's expectant gaze, Fujiwara Tetsuya didn't even think about it and chose to refuse. Why? Looking at the little ghost in front of him, Jiraiya's eyelids couldn't help but twitch. Obviously. I didn't expect that Fujiwara Tetsuya would still be so rational under the call of his master Jiraiya. Nothing. It's just that this isn't wartime after all. Besides, we in Squad 13 are not Jiraiya-sama's subordinates. The more crucial point is, as an elite Genin, you do not have the same authority as the Hokage. Really? Just like what Shinga Genin said. You little brat. You're really too rational. Look what this is. Look at Fujiwara Tetsuya's determined eyes. Jiraiya sighed. After rummaging in his arms for a while, he took out a scroll and ran directly into Fujiwara Tetsuya's arms. Mission scroll. Is it the summoning technique? Jiraiya handed over something. It is proof of the mission issued by Sarutobi Hiruzen himself. Mentioned above. In recent times, the 13 teams are all under the command of Jiraiya. Certainly. The village will also perform tasks according to the level of Jiraiya. Give them equal rewards and mission records. Yes. It is indeed the summoning technique. Kid. From today on, I'm your direct supervisor. What I just said. I am willing to follow Master Jiraiya's orders. After all, it's easier to get things done if you have someone higher up. The mission scroll in Majuo's hand. Fujiwara Tetsuya sighed. Hand the task scroll back respectfully. Hopefully in the coming days, their luck will be relatively better. Misty Island. Because of its special geographical location. Shrouded in sea fog all year round. This is what makes this area special. In the eyes of most ships, the sea area surrounding Misty Island is a forbidden zone for life. But in the past few hundred years, it's not like no one has made it through the sea alive. Above the sea, a small ship was constantly bumping on the sea, gradually approaching the waters of Misty Island. Little devils! The Misty Island Sea is ahead. You must carry with you the toad I gave you. Don't underestimate these little guys. When necessary, they will become our communication tools. The toad in Jiraiya's mouth. Naturally, it refers to the toad of Mount Maiboku. But the toad hanging on the waists of Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other two at this moment is only half the size of a fist. Obviously not the main fighting race of Mount Maiboku. After rushing into the waters of Misty Island, everything is unknown. Even Uchiha Mikoto, after activating the Sharingan, I can only barely see the environment within 5 meters. Guided by a torn nautical chart. Everyone is waiting. Misty Island. Because of the fog, the ecology on Misty Island has been well preserved. Towering ancient trees. Unknown creatures that keep disappearing. Everything. They all seem to record the forgotten history of Misty Island. But in the leaping mist, creatures on the Misty Island, they all deliberately avoided the western area of Misty Island. It seems that place. There is some kind of terrifying existence. In the western part of Misty Island. Somewhere in a cave. Because of the barrier, the view inside the cave is much clearer. In this small cave, there are dozens of mist shinobi ninjas hidden. Master Shang Bailu. This is what happened. Our mission has failed, now. Kiyozumi, and the special Genin who escaped from Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other 3. Half kneeling in front of a dark figure. The tone was full of panic. A bunch of losers. 3 teams, and they can't even take down a team from Konoha. So many people were killed and injured. Qing Xuan. You guys disappoint me so much. You should know what the punishment will be if you fail the mission in the village. How severe is Kirigaku's punishment? Just look at the expressions of Qing Xuan and the other person at this moment and you will know. That is definitely worse than death. Something even more frightening. But now is the time to use people. I will spare you this time. But if you two don't live up to your expectations, the sea will be your final destination. Thank you, Master Shang Bailu. We will definitely work hard. We will not let your kindness go to waste. Even though it only takes a few minutes. But Qing Chuan and the others still felt that. I have been at the gates of hell several times. Survive after failing a mission. It is a blessing in disguise. Whether you live up to your promise or not is not determined by words. It's determined by actions. I will send 10 more Chunin to your command. Continue the mission of ambushing and killing the Uzumaki clan ninjas. Now. You can leave. After Qing Chuan and the other person left. The cave returned to peace again. It can be seen from the words of the upper class. The base of the Mist Ninja on the Misty Island. There is more than just one. Dozens of minutes later. The silence in the cave was broken again. After the 2 ninjas entered the barrier. Quickly arrived in front of the upper 8 streams. Master Shang Bailu. Someone has entered the Misty Sea. And is heading straight for the Misty Island. As the king of the sea. The ninjas of Kirigakure can gain a foothold on the Misty Island. Nature has unique methods. However, Jiraiya, Yui Shinga, Fujiwara Tetsuya and others were not aware of this at this time. When they were less than 100 miles away from the Misty Island. The ninjas of Kirigakure have sensed their presence through some special means. Can you confirm the other party's identity from a close distance? Master Shang Bailu. The other party is a bit far away from Misty Island. If you want to confirm the other party's specific identity, you have to wait until he enters the shallows of Misty Island. Alright. I got it. You two go down and continue to monitor each other's movements. If there is any emergency, report to me immediately. We understand. Master Shang Bailu. Looking at the backs of the 2 people leaving. The upper 8's gaze gradually sank. The Uzumaki clan ninjas. They have been. That's right. It's them. It's not just Kirigakure. Stare at me closely. If he is really a ninja from the Uzumaki clan. The information about this mission should have been in front of him long ago. So. This unexpected enemy. Who could it be? Hired ninja. Or Konoha's support. While Shang Bailu was thinking about the identity of the visitor. While mobilizing manpower to prepare for an ambush. Fujiwara Tetsuya and the Jiraiya group. Also encountered trouble. I don't know why. As they get closer and closer to the Misty Island. The sea surface around became more and more turbulent. It seems to be deep under the sea. There seems to be some kind of terrifying existence wreaking havoc. The old boat started shaking more and more. Frequently. Chapter 61. Tetsuya. Are you okay? On a small sea vessel. Uchiha Mikoto supported Fujiwara Tetsuya, looked at the pale face, and asked with concern. Mikoto. I'm fine. Just give me some time. I will definitely be able to adapt to this intensity. Whether it was in the past life or in this life. Fujiwara Tetsuya has never been so bumpy on the sea. I was able to hold back and not vomit. This is already the best result. Ha ha ha. Tetsuya brat. Looks like you have a lot to practice. As a qualified ninja, you must adapt to various environments. But in this regard, this little girl from the Uchiha clan is much better than you. Look at Jiraiya's gloating expression. Fujiwara Tetsuya glanced over silently. What a coincidence that I met Uchiha Mikoto's eyes full of spring water. Clear eyes. Fresh scent. The downfall of man. Fujiwara Tetsuya's heart trembled and he quickly glanced into the distance. What a joke. He still has 3 days to go. He's only 8 years old. But. This is the moment when Fujiwara Tetsuya turned his head. Let him see through the fog. Some kind of terrifying figure. Deep in the fog. An endless figure appeared like a small island not far from the ship. 2 red pupils. It's like a lantern magnified dozens of times. Exuding a terrifying aura of oppression. Fujiwara Tetsuya was completely stunned. 3 tails. It's 3 tails. Although I couldn't see the monster clearly in the depths of the fog. But Fujiwara Tetsuya's intuition told him. Now, the creature was looking at him. It is the tailed beast controlled by Kirigakure. 3 tails. In the sea. The real overlord. At this time, Fujiwara Tetsuya is the best choice. Should be notifying Jiraiya. Let Jiraiya use the reverse summoning technique. Take them away from this troubled place. But he didn't dare. Under the silent intimidation of three tails, Fujiwara Tetsuya felt that even breathing became extremely difficult. Fortunately, Three Tails also seems to have no interest in these weak beings on the ship. Those scarlet eyes. Under the watchful eyes of Fujiwara Tetsuya, it gradually sank to the bottom of the sea. Are you gone? Is it because of weakness? Tetsuya. What's wrong with you? Why are your eyes red? Fortunately, Uchiha Mikoto noticed something was wrong with Fujiwara Tetsuya. Soft voice. It also allowed Fujiwara Tetsuya to quickly adjust his mood. The tears that are about to fall. I held it back again. Mikoto. I'm fine. It's just the wind that blew my eyes. You don't have to hold me up. I can already adapt to this level of bumps. Master Jiraiya. Please come with me. I need to tell you something. The Three Tails thing. After all, it's too shocking. Hesitated for a few seconds. Fujiwara Tetsuya decided to tell Jiraiya about this matter privately. Certainly. The decision on the mission lies in Jiraiya's hands. If Jiraiya insists on going to the Misty Island, he and Sunset's true self are three people. There is no power to resist. This is the iron rule of ninja. What? You don't have a fever, do you? How could the three of you appear here? Besides, even Jiraiya-sama has never seen the three of them. How can you confirm? What you saw is Three Tails. Kid. Don't be too stressed. It's really the critical moment. Master Jiraiya is here. Even if I have to give up the mission, I will definitely ensure your safety. With a chuckle, Jiraiya placed his broad palm on Fujiwara Tetsuya's forehead. After a little comfort, I found a suitable angle and captured a majestic back view of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Master Jiraiya. Please believe me, I am not mistaken. Things from the previous life. That is a secret that cannot be told no matter what. But Three Tails. Fujiwara Tetsuya is not sure either. Jiraiya now. Before you master Sage Mode, do you have the strength to fight against the tailed beasts? Although I have never seen Three Tails in person, I have read some materials about the nine-tailed beasts. So I know. That terrifying monster just now was Three Tails for sure. Master Jiraiya. I'm not afraid of you laughing at me. Just now, Three Tails and I made eye contact. I even lost the courage to resist. Please believe me. As he was speaking, Fujiwara Tetsuya quickly passed Jiraiya. It lay across in front of him. In his eyes, there was a heavy feeling and shame that was hard for others to detect. He actually showed cowardice for the first time in front of Three Tails. Kid. Cheer up. I believe you. Fear. It's not a shame. He will help you on your way forward. Until the day you become a powerful ninja. I will discuss this matter with Shinga-Janin. Don't tell your two companions about this without my permission. Patting Fujiwara Tetsuya on the shoulder. Jiraiya is gone. But just at the moment Jiraiya turned his head. That confidence. His slightly nervous expression suddenly became gloomy. If it really is Three Tails, that also proves the reliability of the intelligence he obtained previously. Misty Island. I'm afraid it has become Kirigaku's outpost for his plot to conquer the Whirlpool country. In this thick fog, there must be an unimaginable plot hidden. After Jiraiya and Ui Shingo discussed it, I decided to continue to the Misty Island. Only, Ui Shinaya also told Aberme Wooden Golem and Uchiha Mikoto implicitly. Get ready for battle. After the events of Three Tails. Next voyage. It seems to be much more stable. After securing the ship to a relatively hidden corner, under the leadership of Jiraiya, Team 13 successfully reached the Misty Island. It turns out he's from Konoha. That white-haired guy is the disciple of Konoha's third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. I don't know who is stronger between him and me. If Jiraiya were to die here, that ninja hero would be very sad. Just as Jiraiya led everyone to advance deeper into the Misty Island. In the shade of the ancient tree not far away, the upper 8th ranks, along with a dozen mist ninjas, were watching all this quietly through some secret technique. In calm eyes, endless murderous intent gradually brewed. Sir Shang Bailu. Please consider the overall situation. Our sights are on the land of whirlpools. The Uzumaki clan. If Jiraiya dies here, Konoha will never let it go. By then, it will be hard to explain to the higher UPS. Upper class mumbling. This immediately made the many mist ninjas who were following along break out in cold sweats. Not afraid of Jiraiya. But I am worried about the punishment after failing to complete the task. I will naturally put the overall situation first. However, if someone from Konoha has discovered something, they must come and crash into us. To buy time. We can only kill them, right? Chapter 62. Misty Island. I don't know if Fujiwara Tetsuya, Jiraiya, and their group were just lucky. Or maybe the upper class did it on purpose. It only took dozens of minutes. We found a small settlement abandoned by Kirigakure. Inside the cave, there are many scattered scrolls. The above content. It's all related to the ninjas of the hidden whirlpool village. Master Jiraiya. The footprints on the ground were left recently. It seems that the people from Kirigakure just left not long ago. It seems that the people of Kirigakure have discovered us. These things. They are most likely left here on purpose. As Konoha's Jainin. Both of them have incredible insight. Just a few eye contact. He guessed the plan of the mist ninja stationed on the Misty Island. Kids. Get ready for battle. If necessary. Disperse and gather on the ship. Just at the moment Jiraiya finished speaking. Fujiwara Tetsuya, above the cave where they were, suddenly an unimaginable roar erupted. Without a doubt. The ninjas of Kirigakure were there, and had already placed a large number of detonating tags. Go. Get out. Look at the rocks falling from above. Jiraiya looked a little depressed and rushed to the front. Keep clearing the way for Fujiwara Tetsuya and others. Earth style, earth wall. The critical moment. The earth walls rise up. The moment the cave collapsed completely. Sheltered several people. But, although I survived, everyone was also completely buried under the cave by the thick rubble above. In such a narrow space. Once the oxygen runs out, they will also die. Ningxiang's disciple. Not that great. Even such a simple trap would make you fall for it. It seems that Konoha has gradually embarked on the road of decline. Accompanied by dense footsteps. Kamiyara led dozens of mist ninjas and instantly appeared at the outskirts of the cave collapse. Looking at all this with a slightly mocking look. Sir, the upper 8. Better be cautious. I have a feeling those Konoha ninjas won't die so easily. Do I need you to remind me of this? If it's that easy, I'll die. Why did I bring you here? Give them a funeral. Look at the subordinates beside you. There was a hint of displeasure in Shang Bailu's eyes. As smart and wise as he is. Steady and successful. A strong and experienced man. Why in the eyes of these idiots? He seems like a reckless guy. Someone's coming outside. That's a lot of them. At least over 40. Within the space constructed by earth walls. A Barame wooden golem is constantly aware of the surrounding situation. After feeling the powerful aura not far away, I couldn't help but tremble. As expected. We're surrounded. Shinga Jainin. When they rush out later, I'll stop them. Take these 3 little devils and evacuate to the ship. Although we are unwilling to accept this, our reconnaissance mission will have to come to an end for now. Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya and others were preparing to fight, Jiraiya's body suddenly stood in front of everyone. Powerful chakra, constantly moving around the body, gives people a sense of peace of mind. Jiraiya adult. Have you made it this far? As a veteran Jainin. On the ninja road. I know Sunset's true self much better than Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other 2. I understood it immediately. This Hokage's disciple has already reached the pinnacle of Quasi Kage. Entering Kage level is possible. It's just a matter of finishing touches. Compare the gap between myself and Jiraiya. Ui Shingo nodded and agreed to Jiraiya's arrangement. Well then. Get ready. Little devils. Earth-style Earth Dragon Bomb under severe vibration. A Earth Dragon that is as tall and broad as an adult man. Keep leaning out from under Jiraiya. With a roar. Breaking through the layers of rubble, a path to the outside world was opened for everyone. Fire-style, big flame bomb the moment you step out of the cave. Jiraiya's violent fire-style. Instantly attacked the many mist ninjas in the fog not far away. Countless mists. Under the burning of fire-style, the moisture evaporated quickly. Fire-style. What a pity. This is my Kirigakure's home turf. Water style. Water barrier facing the fire style ninjutsu that is so close. Two powerful mist ninjas quickly stepped forward. The huge wall of water blocked all the scorching flames several meters away from the upper 8 streams. I'll take care of Jiraiya. You guys. Split into a few teams. Go and have some fun with those brats in Konoha. Remember. Let them feel the horror of Kirigakure before they die. Look at the opponent so close. The fighting spirit in the bones of the upper class. Finally exposed. Crazy. Killing. Cold. So many complex chi mechanisms. They appeared in the same person. Dead Bone Pulse. 10 Finger Bullet Kaguya. The Awakener of Dead Bone Pulse. Quasi-Cage level strong man. It's because he was born into a powerful family in Kirigakure. And its terrifying strength. Only then did Kaguya win the mission against the Uzumaki clan. A strong man from the Uchiha clan, hey. Looking at the figure rushing towards him. Jiraiya's eyes became extremely serious. Unexpectedly. On this little misty island. There is actually a strong man of this level in charge. The little devils of Team 13. Try to stay alive. Wait until the moment I come. Summoning. Under the horrified gazes of many mist ninjas. A giant toad tens of meters tall fell from the sky. The entire misty island. It seemed that everyone was trembling because of this terrifying power. Jiraiya. Is there an enemy? Yes. Thank you for your help. Guang. It's quite complicated. I won't tell you anymore. Now I need you to help me defeat these enemies in front of me. I'll do my best. At the moment when Toad Guang drew his sword. Terrifying gusts of wind swept in all directions. Countless ancient trees collapsed under this terrifying power. Hey, hey, hey. Is this still the summoning beast? There's actually this kind of body shape. What are you afraid of? We have the upper 8 class masters here. We will definitely win. Perhaps it's because of his trust in Kaguya's upper 8th rate ability. The mist ninjas on the periphery did not launch an attack on Gamahiro. Just retreated a few dozen meters. Quietly looking at the battlefield ahead. Dead Bone Pulse. Willow Dance. The power that bloodline limits give to ninjas is absolutely extraordinary. Facing the heavy blade of Toad Guang. Kaguya's upper 8 class shows no sign of falling behind. Fire style, Fire Dragon Flame Bomb. That's right. That's it. Jiraiya. Please me as much as you can. I, Kaguya, will give you a splendid ending. Dead Bone Pulse, Shield Dance. When Jiraiya, Gamahiro, and Kaguya were fighting fiercely. 4 mist ninja teams are also rapidly approaching Fujiwara Tetsuya and his 4 companions. Chapter 63. True Sensei. The enemies behind us are getting closer and closer. If they discover the ship, then we have completely lost hope of escaping. At this time, Fujiwara Tetsuya, a Barame wooden golem, and Uchiha Mikoto have increased their speed to ultimate. But even so, face the elite mist ninja team. In the foggy jungle, the distance between the two sides is getting shorter and shorter. Facing this pressure, everyone is ready for battle. Tetsuya. Are you afraid of death? The shadows of the surrounding trees quickly passed by before my eyes. Feel the oppressive energy coming from behind. The look of my true self in the sunset began to become indescribably ugly. On this foggy island, the illusion he was best at was under the greatest restraint. At this time, if you want to get away, someone must stay behind to cover our retreat. Death. Master Shingo. Compared to death, I am more afraid of living in humiliation. Then I know, teacher. Tetsuya. Sensei, I'm sorry. You've lived like an idiot for so many years. But you don't even have the ability to protect your own disciples. Master Shingo. There is no need to say more touching words like this. If we can survive this time, when we get back to Konoha, you can treat me to a barbecue meal. Sunset is what I mean. Fujiwara Tetsuya certainly understood. Between him, a Barame wooden golem, and Uchiha Mikoto. He is the only one who has the strongest fighting power. Only he and Sunset's true self remain. Only in this way can we delay the mist ninja behind us to the greatest extent. Buy more time for Uchiha Mikoto and a Barame wooden golem to escape. Face death. Everyone is afraid. But in this era, in the ninja world, Fujiwara Tetsuya already has his own bond. To protect these bonds, even if it costs the hope of life. Even if I die on the foggy island, Fujiwara Tetsuya thinks it's worth it. Silence for a few seconds. Fujiwara Tetsuya's expression changed from being nervous just now. What we do have is immense determination. Mikoto. Wooden Golem. Tetsuya and I will stay and hold off the enemy. You two must bring the information here back to the hidden whirlpool village alive. This is an order. Do not refuse. The land of whirlpools. It's the barrier to the east of the land of fire. Once the whirlpool country is lost. At that time. Once a war breaks out. Konoha will face the siege of the 4 major countries. It will only lead to more deaths. I believe you understand what all of this means. So, follow your orders. As the sole guiding genin of the Aberame Wooden Golem, Uchiha Mikoto. Regarding the personalities of the 2 disciples, I know the true self of the sunset very well. So once he opened his mouth, he left no room for the 2 to refuse. We get it, Master Shingo. Tetsuya. Take care. This battle. It's definitely going to end in death. Therefore. At the moment when Aberame Wooden Golem and Uchiha Mikoto looked at each other, there was an imperceptible hint of meaning in his eyes. Tetsuya. Let's do it. Looking at the figures of Aberame Wooden Golem and Uchiha Mikoto going away, Sunset True Self and Fujiwara Tetsuya are also gradually slowing down. A powerful chakra continues to gather between the 2 of them. System. Allocate 1454 points of the remaining kill value to Chidori. Allocate the rest to the water mirror technique. As the voice in Fujiwara Tetsuya's mind sounded, Fujiwara Tetsuya's strength has changed again. Host Fujiwara Tetsuya strength, Chnin, 1/5000, Bloodline, Nun Ninjutsu, Lightning Style. Kirin, 1/1000 Elementary, S, Konoha Kenjutsu, 38/1000 Intermediate, A, Lightning Style. Chidori, 1/5000 Grandmaster, A, Water Style. Water Mirror Technique, 88/3000 Advanced, A, Water Style. Water Severing Wave, 2/3000 Advanced, A, Water Style. Water Dragon Bomb Technique, 221/500 Intermediate, B, Water Style. Water Fang Bullet, 5/500 Intermediate, B, Lightning Style. Thunder Beast Chasing Fang, 105/500. Advanced, C, Water Style. Water Clone Technique, 25/500 Advanced, C, Water Style. Water Prison Technique, 75/500 Advanced, C, Body Flicker Technique, Intermediate, D, 3 Body Technique, Advanced, E. Kill Value, 0. The kill value is reset to 0 again. But Fujiwara Tetsuya has mastered Chidori. Promoted to the level of Grandmaster. It is also the system setting of Elementary, Intermediate, Advanced, Grandmaster. The highest level among the 4 levels. As for the water mirror technique, it also underwent a qualitative change due to the injection of a large amount of killing value. True Sensei. If you can. I want you to hold off the other genin. I'll take care of the rest of the ninjas as soon as possible. Then I'll come back to support you. While the 2 of them were waiting. 4 genin. 12 genin finally appeared in front of Ui Shinga and Fujiwara Tetsuya. Want to delay time? I'm afraid. You 2 are not qualified yet. Looking at Fujiwara Tetsuya and the Sunset True Self with a determined look on their faces. A hint of mockery appeared on the corner of the Mist Ninja's mouth opposite. In the face of powerful strength. No matter how hard you struggle, it will be in vain. Water Style. Water Waves. Water Style. Water Tooth Bullet without any hesitation. All Water Style. An endless wave of rage is set off. It sweeps towards Fujiwara Tetsuya and the Sunset Self. Water Style. Water Prison Technique. Return. After the strong water impact. Under the thin water curtain. 2 figures rushed out quickly. Sunset Shinga went straight to Janin of Kirigakuer. And Fujiwara Tetsuya. Then, amid the screams of Chidori, he rushed into the crowd of Chinin. Crazy collision. Bright red blood. Continue to spread in the fog of the misty island. Wind-style vacuum wave wind attribute ninjutsu. It is Sunset's true self's strongest trump card besides illusion. The actual combat power that can be exerted. Far stronger than earth-style ninjutsu. Only. The usual powerful wind-style ninjutsu. In the thick fog. In front of the 4 Kirigakuers Jainin. The effect is not obvious. It only takes a few minutes. The true self of Sunset is at an absolute disadvantage. Constantly besieged by 4 mist ninjas. As expected of a Jainin from Kirigakure. This kind of battle awareness is truly sophisticated to the extreme. In several scattered spaces, the true self of Sunset has been left with several scars. Bright red blood. Constantly soaking through the thin clothes. Water style. Water mirror technique. Chinin facing 12 Kirigakure. Fujiwara Tetsuya no longer has any thoughts of saving chakra. Body flicker technique. Body replacement technique. Thunder beast chasing fang. Various ninjutsu are repeated continuously after Chidori. After killing 5 Chinin in a row, Fujiwara Tetsuya finally used Kirigakure's secret ninjutsu. Water mirror technique. Facing 3 mist ninjas who were coming to attack. The moment when the water mirror technique is completed, 3 mist ninjas that are exactly the same as the one before. The figure gradually emerged through the water mirror. At the moment of battle, successfully stopped 3 Chinin. The pressure faced by Fujiwara Tetsuya also began to decrease sharply. The battle ratio from 1:12 to 1:7, and now to 1:4. The initiative gradually shifted to Fujiwara Tetsuya. Chapter 64. Fujiwara Tetsuya's moves. This was not hidden from the 4 Kirigakure Jainin who were fighting with Ui Shinga. That's exactly why. The moment I noticed Fujiwara Tetsuya using the water mirror technique, the 4 people's actions inevitably paused. Advanced ninjutsu. Water mirror technique. The ninjutsu developed and perfected as the first Mizukage. Throughout the ages, there is only Mizukage of Kirigakure. Mizukage candidates. Only elite Jainin who have made significant contributions to the village are eligible to study. Why? This is a terrifying ninjutsu. It will appear in the hands of a Konoha brat. This is the question in the hearts of all the mist ninjas present. But Sunset's true self obviously won't give them any time to think deeply. Take advantage of the moment when the 4 people are distracted. Wind style ninjutsu in hand. Attack the 4 people again. Little devil. Who the hell are you? Why do you know my Kirigakure's ninjutsu? Confronted by Fujiwara Tetsuya, Kirigakure's Chinin is getting more and more frightened as he fights. Even though Kirigakure has quite a few bloodline families, many talented ninjas emerge in every session. But facing a kid who is only 8 or 9 years old, it can actually make them feel afraid. This is definitely a first. It's such a simple thing, haven't you figured it out yet? The reason why I can master the water mirror technique. The secret of Kirigakure. Of course someone taught me that. Although there were quite a few injuries on his body. But in this life or death situation, Fujiwara Tetsuya's spirit is still in an excited state. Weak. Only through constant fighting and counterattacks can one become a truly strong person. Everyone. Why don't you guys guess it? Who is the one who leaked the secret technique of Kirigakure inheritance? As Fujiwara Tetsuya said this, Kirigakure Chnin's expression on the opposite side suddenly changed. Those who can get in touch with the water mirror technique. Except for the top brass at Kirigakure. Who else could it be? But no matter who this person is, once it breaks out, it will definitely cause an unimaginable stir in Kirigakure. Kid. Don't think you can defeat us just because you have mastered the water mirror technique. I admit it. You are very strong. If you are given enough time, you might become a Jainin. Elite Jainin. Or even step into the realm of cage-level powerhouses. But you are too young now. With your current chakra, how long can it sustain you? So be prepared. Little brat of Konoha. Today, you will definitely die here. The fighting is still going on. Jiraiya over there, with the help of Toad Guang, after a fierce battle, barely got the situation under control. Put Kaguya at a disadvantage. But mist ninjas all around, after seeing the changes in the battle between the two sides, also ready to intervene at any time. By then, the situation that Jiraiya will face, it will be more serious than you can imagine. The southwestern area of the Misty Island. After a high-intensity raid, a Barame wooden golem and Uchiha Mikoto are also about to arrive near the sea ship. Only when crossing the last side peak, a Barame wooden golem and Uchiha Mikoto turned around and returned at the same time. Obviously he wanted to help Fujiwara Tetsuya and Ui Shingo. Wooden golem. You know it. You are not as strong as me. And in this foggy environment, the combat power your bugs can exert is limited. If you go, you will die in vain. You will also be a burden to Tetsuya and Shingo sensei. Looking at the companions in front of me, Uchiha Mikoto's eyes moved slightly. The scarlet eyes were full of oppression. Mikoto. I know. But I have to go. I can't just watch Tetsuya and Shingo sensei die here. You know. Since I joined Team 13, I have never asked anyone for anything. This time, please agree to my request. Face the Uchiha clan's Sharingan. Meet Uchiha Mikoto. A Barame wooden golem has no chance of winning. I had no choice but to lower my head. Hope Uchiha Mikoto can go to the sea ship. Wooden golem. I know what you believe. So, I will work hard with your belief. Stop arguing. You know. I don't want to use these hateful eyes on my companions. Facing Uchiha Mikoto's determination, a Barame wooden golem finally put down his hands. The eyes behind the sunglasses gradually became dull. Mikoto. Tetsuya. My true sensei. You. Don't die here. After the departure of a Barame wooden golem, Uchiha Mikoto's figure. It also suddenly disappeared in the layers of fog. Fujiwara Tetsuya, the Battle of the Sunset True Self. That's a temporary stop. Facing the siege of 4 Janin. The true self of Sunset after exhausting chakra, finally lost the ability to resist. Under the attack of several water-style ninjutsu, he was seriously injured. Fortunately, when the Janin of Kirigakure was about to end Ui Shinga's life, Fujiwara Tetsuya also finished fighting with many Chunin. I saved the Sunset at a critical moment. Ahem, Tetsuya. Put me down. You can't escape with me. I still have some detonating talismans in my bag. Could you please help me get them out? This is the last thing I can do for you. Under a state of high-intensity blood loss, the pupils of my true self in the Sunset have gradually begun to dilate. But, even so, this Jainin mentor, he is still thinking about his subordinates. His own disciples. Face death. Although I am reluctant to leave, I am not afraid at all. Master Shinwo. Stop talking nonsense. You. Have you forgotten about meeting Auntie Zi? If you die here, what will Aunt Huiza do? Do you want her to suffer for the rest of her life? Master Shingo. Look up. We haven't reached the real desperate situation yet. With encouragement from Fujiwara Tetsuya, the setting sun seems to give me some hope to live again. But he couldn't bear the injuries in the end and gradually fell asleep. Feel the weight on your shoulders. Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes darkened. Made a decision secretly. If he died, whether it's Jiraiya, Sunset True Self, or Uchiha Mikoto, maybe they will take care of the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans for his sake. Water-style. Water transformation technique. In the staggered moment, Fujiwara Tetsuya's water clone is heading towards the ship with the setting sun on his back. He believes it. Wooden golem. Mikoto. Until the last moment, I will never abandon them. If you can catch the ship, maybe Sunset's true self still has a chance to survive. As for Fujiwara Tetsuya, after splitting off a clone and becoming the true self of Sunset, carrying the clone on his back, he turned and ran towards the north. End. Chapter 65. Shrouded in fog. Uchiha Mikoto's thin figure quickly shuttled through the jungle. After walking for more than 10 minutes, just happened to run into Fujiwara Tetsuya's clone and Sunset's true self. But after those scarlet pupils contracted, Uchiha Mikoto didn't even open his mouth. Speed up and rush towards the distance. In front of Sharingan. There is no secret about Fujiwara Tetsuya's water clones. Ahead. Faced with the siege of 4 Janin, Fujiwara Tetsuya has been in danger many times. The true self transformed from the clone into the Sunset. Under the bombardment of the opponent's ninjutsu, it instantly turned into a cloud of smoke. See this scene. Kirigakure's Jainin is also clear. They were fooled by the little devil in front of them. The murderous intent in my heart becomes stronger and stronger. Cough. After several loud roars, countless ancient trees were facing the terrifying impact. Fujiwara Tetsuya also got kicked in the chest by a genin from Kirigakure. After breaking several ribs, fell into a depression. Little devil! Why don't you run away? It seems your life is over now. Come to Fujiwara Tetsuya. The 4 genin of Kirigakure did not act immediately. Instead, it was like a cat playing with a mouse. He looked at Fujiwara Tetsuya's pale face with interest. Cough. The 4 of you must be over 100 years old in total. It took you so long to deal with a little brat like me. What's there to be proud of? You didn't kill me right away. You just wanted to know about the water mirror technique. What a shame. I'm sorry to disappoint you. This is a confidential matter. It's not something I can touch. Looking at the 4 mist ninjas in front of him, Fujiwara Tetsuya gasped, and after several attempts, he barely stood up. But most of it is consumed in chakra. In case of serious injuries, even though he has mastered many advanced, super advanced lightning and water ninjutsu, it's of no help at all at this moment. Is this what it feels like facing death? It's not as stressful as I imagined. At this time, Sensei Shingo should be reuniting with Wooden Golem and Mikoto soon. What a pity. Uncle Jiro. I failed to follow your advice after all. Touching the communication toad around his waist, Fujiwara Tetsuya threw it into the grass at his feet at the moment his body was shaking. Is that so? Little devil. But this kind of thing is not something we have to worry about. We will bring your head back to Kirigakure intact. When the time comes, someone will naturally dig out everything hidden in your mind. With a sneer, a cold blade light slowly slashed towards Fujiwara Tetsuya. Face death. Fujiwara Tetsuya's gaze loosened and he gradually closed his eyes. I have to say, there is system help. Let him live the ninja life for 8 or 9 months. But all of this ends here. Stop. At this critical moment, an angry and cold voice came from behind them. The blazing fire style. Like a falling sea of fire. Instantly, the 4 genin of Kirigakure were enveloped. That's just a few seconds. Uchiha Mikoto carried Fujiwara Tetsuya on his back and ran away quickly. Mikoto. Why did you come back? Smell the fragrance of the girl. Fujiwara Tetsuya's eyes seemed to be filled with unspeakable anger. Tetsuya. I don't want to. I don't want to see any more of my companions die in front of me. Uchiha Mikoto obviously felt the wrath of Fujiwara Tetsuya. In a panic, he slipped and almost fell from a tree trunk more than 10 meters high. I know. But 1 death is better than 2 deaths. Besides, in a place like the ninja world, it is even more difficult to survive with the will of your predecessors. The wind is howling. There were several crystal clear drops of water on the back of Fujiwara Tetsuya's hand. He knows. Those are the tears that belong only to Uchiha Mikoto. He sighed secretly. His tone suddenly became much softer. It has come to this. It's too late to say anything. With Uchiha Mikoto's persistence, he will definitely not be abandoned and escape alone. Face the 4 Kirigakure genin behind. There can only be one ending for him and Uchiha Mikoto. A chase and an escape. At some point, Uchiha Mikoto was brought to the edge of a cliff by Fujiwara Tetsuya. Ahead. Beyond the cliff. It is the surging waves of the endless ocean. And in the back are the 4 genin of Kirigakure. 2 little brats from Konoha. Just surrender. Uchiha's brat. As long as you are willing to surrender, we can decide. Save your lives. The Uchiha clan's eye technique. It has always been the object of covetousness of the 4 great powers, wind, earth, thunder, and water. In the past. It's just that there was no such opportunity. And now. Uchiha Mikoto. In their eyes, the value represented far exceeds that of Fujiwara Tetsuya. As long as it is cultivated properly. Maybe, in a dozen years. Decades later. Kirigakure will also have his own eye technique bloodline. Kirigakure's bastards. It's already this time. What are you still daydreaming about? You want us to surrender? You are disrespecting our ninja way too much. The world of ninja. It's far more cruel than you can imagine. Fujiwara Tetsuya naturally also heard the hidden intentions of the 4 mist ninjas. That is definitely more painful than death. Mikoto. I'm sorry. It seems like this time we are going to die together. I owe you this life. If there really is an afterlife, I will repay you tenfold. 100-fold. The slender fingers brushed across the girl's black hair. Fujiwara Tetsuya slowly slides off Uchiha Mikoto, leaning on the girl's shoulders. Barely stood up straight. Tetsuya, stop saying such sentimental things. This kind of thing. Even if I were to make the choice again, I would still make the same choice. But hey, I'll remember what you said. Tetsuya, if there is an afterlife, you must remember me. Facing Uchiha Mikoto's clear and moving eyes, Fujiwara Tetsuya was a little distracted. Actually, if only I could find a girl like Uchiha Mikoto as my lover. It's also a good choice. No. Stop them. Miss Shinobi Jainin on the opposite side also seemed to have noticed Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto's plan. 4 figures turned into afterimages. Keep approaching the two of them. But the mist ninja was still a step slower. In the raging waves, Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto jumped into the sea holding hands. Just like the lovers who died together for love. After 2 tiny splashes of water, instantly swallowed up by the cold and merciless sea. Damn it! I'm a step too late. Looking at the layers of fog below the cliff, the expressions of the 4 Kirigakure Jainin darkened slightly. The duck is almost in your grasp. Flying again. This is a chance for them to reach the top in one step. Chapter 66. The west corner of Misty Island. Before the 4 Kirigakure Jainin catch up, a Barame wooden golem takes the unconscious sunset self with him and goes away in the fog. And over there Jiraiya. Not long after a Barame wooden golem left, the curtain fell completely. Face the siege of Kaguya upper 8 ranks and dozens of Kirigakure ninjas. Gamahiro was seriously injured and returned to Mount Maiboku. As for Jiraiya, he also died during the subsequent escape due to his serious injuries. You are forced to reverse the summoning technique and escape to Mount Maiboku. Misty Island Scouting Mission. Miserable defeat. Mount Maiboku. The moment Jiraiya appeared, Fukasaku and Shima, 2 of Mount Maiboku's top executives, appeared in front of Jiraiya at the first opportunity. Little Jiraiya, how did you get hurt so badly? Could it be that we encountered a shadow-level enemy? There are Fukasaku and Shima, 2 toads who have mastered the art of immortality. Jiraiya's injuries were treated quickly. His face gradually turned red. Fukasaku is an adult. Shima is an adult. It's a long story. I'll tell you in detail later. Please help me confirm the location of Kenta and the others. Kirigakure. The setting on the island of mist. It was beyond his imagination. I'm afraid the Uzumaki clan would never have thought that Kirigakure would be so bold. Under the noses of the Uzumaki clan, already gained a firm foothold. Of course. That's all for later. It's not something he can solve alone. He just wants to confirm the situation of Team 13 now. Can you escape successfully from the pursuit of Kirigakure ninja? Kenta and the others. I know. I'll confirm their location as soon as possible. But until then, Jiraiya, you just stay in Mount Maiboku. Never use chakra easily. After Fukasaku left, Shima stayed beside Jiraiya. A steaming bowl of bugs was served every now and then. Despite Jiraiya's resistance, poured directly into Jiraiya's mouth. It's time for Fukasaku to leave. It's longer than Jiraiya imagined. A whole day passed. Fukasaku has just returned. Fukasaku is an adult. Looking at Fukasaku with a heavy expression, Jiraiya suddenly had a bad feeling. Something happened to Team 13. Jiraiya, Kenta and the others are back. You want to know the news about the 4 Konoha shinobi, right? Mount Maiboku can be a toad of the same age. They are all advanced creatures with intelligence. Although there is a big difference in the level of wisdom. But all the basic information and situations are still understandable. Obviously, Fukasaku has learned everything from the 4 communicating toads. That's right. Master Fukasaku. Are they okay? After forcibly swallowing countless insects, Jiraiya's injuries have almost recovered. Hearing this, he stood up with a bang. Both Ui Shingo and a Barame wooden golem have arrived safely in the land of whirlpools. Although Sunset's true self is still in a coma, his life is not in danger. As for the other two little devils, after jumping off a cliff, got caught in the current. Although Toramaru grew in size in time to protect them, he used up all his chakra under the constant impact of the ocean current. Just returned to Mount Maiboku just an hour ago. So, is it impossible to confirm the life or death of Uchiha Mikoto and Tetsuya brat now? Facing Fukasaku's slightly regretful gaze, Jiraiya's figure shook, and his tone was filled with endless self-blame. If he hadn't made up his mind on a whim, he would have forced Team 13 to join. This kind of thing wouldn't be happening now. It's me. Did you harm those two little devils? Jiraiya. Cheer up. You are like this. You don't look like the descendant of Mount Maiboku. I understand, Master Fukasaku. I will pull myself together. Where's Toramaru? Can you bring him over? Although the hope is slim, I still want to go to the place where Toramaru left last and look for it. I see. I'll get Toramaru over here. Life and death part. In the long life of Mount Maiboku, Fukasaku. Shima has seen too much. Everyone has his or her own obsession. Want to get out of this predicament? It all depends on personal will. Therefore, sigh secretly. Fukasaku. Shima. There was no need to persuade him any further. The hidden whirlpool village. When a Barame wooden golem brought back the sunset's true self and the existence of Mist Ninja on the Mist Island to the hidden whirlpool village. The entire hidden whirlpool village. Even the entire whirlpool country. Everyone is on alert. The Uzumaki clan leader who has always lived in seclusion. The supreme leader of the hidden whirlpool village. Uzumaki Ashina. Stand up again. Constantly drawing strong men from the hidden whirlpool village. It seems that they are planning to station with the Mist Ninjas on the Misty Island. Let's have a head-on battle. The hidden whirlpool village, the chief's building. With the return of powerful ninjas from the hidden whirlpool village, the hidden whirlpool village is gradually becoming lively. Just when Uzumaki Ashina summoned many Jainin of the Uzumaki clan to discuss matters, suddenly, a slightly respectful voice came from outside the door. Under the watchful eyes of many ninjas of the Uzumaki clan, Jiraiya with white hair suddenly walked in. After leaving Mount Maiboku, the first place Jiraiya went to was the Sunset True Self. Although Sunset's true self is still in a coma, but Jiraiya still learned about the actions of the hidden whirlpool village from a Barame wooden golem. Only a Barame wooden golem knows the information. It is fundamentally different from the information he knew. So, Jiraiya had to temporarily slow down his search for Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto. Come over first to meet Uzumaki Ashina. It's Jiraiya. I'm relieved to see that you're okay. Otherwise, I really don't know how to explain this to Hiruzen. For a ninja, 65 years old, it's definitely an age that goes beyond limits. Strength. It is inevitable that it will face a downward trend. But, supported by the Uzumaki clan's strong physique, the aura revealed by Uzumaki Ashina, there is no sign of weakness at all. Or say, the old man in front of me. As he got older, his attainments in the art of sealing became more and more terrifying. It's becoming more and more difficult to deal with. Ashina-sama. I'm sorry to have worried you. But we'll talk about these old times later. Please send your men away. I have important information to report to you. Glancing at the many powerful Uzumaki clan members in the room, Jiraiya became more and more convinced. Uzumaki Ashina. We are ready for war. Today's ninja world. It's been quiet for too long. He knew clearly what kind of storm was brewing beneath this calm surface. If the war between Uzugakure and Kirigakure begins, by then, not only Konoha will be involved. The rain shinobi village that refuses to settle down. Ambitious Tsunagakure. Cloud shinobi village. And even Uegakure. They will take advantage of every opportunity to get involved. Until then, perhaps this will lead to the second ninja war that will sweep across the ninja world. Chapter 67. Jiraiya. Just say whatever you want to say. After Uzumaki Ashina defeated his left and right. In such a big room. Except for Uzumaki Ashina and Jiraiya. Only 5 elite Jainin of the Uzumaki clan are left. Now, all eyes in the room were focused on Jiraiya. Adult Ashina. The Misty Island. It's not as simple as you think. The hidden mist ninjas are definitely not the dozens we encountered. Also, the one who commands the many mist ninjas on the Misty Island is none other than the Quasi-Kage of the Hwayuryuaki clan. Kaguya upper 8th rank. The Awakener of Dead Bone Pulse. A pretty scary guy. Mentioning Kaguya is the upper 8th class. Jiraiya's expression seemed somewhat solemn. Obviously. In the fight on the Misty Island, this thick-skinned guy has already recognized this enemy. A strong man from the Hwayuryuaki clan. He's really a headache. Ever since the Uzumaki clan established the Land of Whirlpools. Ever since the hidden Whirlpool village was established. There have been many overt and covered fights between the Uzugakure village and Kirigakure. For the Hojiki clan, the Yuki clan, the Uryuaki clan, we all know more or less about the methods of these ninja clans. Jiraiya. Thank you for the information. With your information, I can make a more detailed plan. This way, it can also reduce the casualties among our tribe members in the next battle. Information revealed by Jiraiya. There is no intention of letting Uzumaki Ashina give in. This powerful man from the old times. His mind is far more resolute than others imagine. No. Adult Ashina. The reason I said so much is not to make you attack the Mist Ninja of the Misty Island. It's to make you give up attacking the Misty Island. Jiraiya's voice. It immediately caused a huge response in the house. Even Uzumaki Ashina began to frown. Thinking secretly. What Jiraiya said. Could it be Sarutobi Hiruzen's instruction? Adult Ashina. This time we're heading to the Misty Island. In addition to discovering many mist ninjas, we also found traces of 3 tails in the Misty Sea. Kirigakure's plan. There's more to it than meets the eye. 3 tails. How is that possible? Kirigakure actually used 3 tails. At this time, the strong ones of the Uzumaki clan, including Uzumaki Ashina. I finally understand why Jiraiya said that. 3 tails. It can definitely be called the overlord of the ocean. What if they didn't know the information? Rush forward stupidly. If you happen to meet 3 tails, there will definitely be unimaginable casualties. 3 tails. Jiraiya. I understand what you mean. I will consider it carefully. There was some silence. Uzumaki Ashina also gradually made a decision. Before going further and finding out the information about Misty Island, keeping your troops in place is undoubtedly the best choice. Then I'll be relieved. Actually, I came here for other reasons besides this. There's one more thing. I want to ask for Ashina-sama's help. See the change in Uzumaki Ashina's expression. Jiraiya secretly breathed a sigh of relief. A ninja war involving many people. It was extinguished. It's too much of a request, Jiraiya. If you need any help, just tell me. Hey. Then I'll just say it straight. That's right, Ashina-sama. This time we're heading to the Misty Island. We still have 2 Chunin from Konoha, and they jumped into the sea when they were chased by 4 Jonin from Kirigakure. According to the information from my summoning beast. Maybe. They still have a chance of survival. So. I hope Lord Ashina can send me some manpower. Of course. I will also pay the corresponding remuneration according to the level of the equivalent task. According to the news from Torimaru. The direction of the ocean current. Mostly it is heading towards the northern region. Facing the vast ocean. After all, one person's power is limited. And is above the sea. The most powerful ninja village except Kirigakure. The Uzumaki clan ninjas can undoubtedly provide great help. Jiraiya. You brat. If I hear you talking about reward again, don't blame me for sending you back to Konoha. Let Orochimaru come over instead. Don't worry. I will arrange this matter myself. In half an hour at most. The corresponding ships and ninja teams will appear in front of you. Uzumaki Ashina will personally supervise. The efficiency of the ninjas in the hidden whirlpool village is beyond imagination. It wasn't even half an hour. Only 25 minutes. 3 small sea vessels and 6 organized genin teams appeared in front of Jiraiya. Just as Jiraiya was leading 3 small ships heading north. In the northern part of the whirlpool country, there is a deserted island hundreds of miles away from the sea. Under the impact of the waves, 2 thin figures were gradually washed onto the beach. These 2 figures. Naturally, it's Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto. After falling into a coma. After a long drift. They both survived after all. The area of the deserted island is not very large. Looking down from above. It's only a few thousand square meters. In the vast ocean. It's just a drop in the ocean. Oh. In the distance. The sky is clear. Hundreds of seagulls are constantly taking off and landing on the sea. Lift up the fat sea fish. On the shallows. As the tide recedes. Crabs hidden deep in the shallow sand and cracks in the rocks. The little head gradually appeared. Shaking its flat body, it dominates the beach. Perhaps it was Fujiwara Tetsuya's hormones that attracted the other male crabs. Long time no see. Fujiwara Tetsuya is covered with sand crabs. Ah, it hurts. Under those sharp pliers. Fujiwara Tetsuya suffered countless inhuman tortures. Finally woke up from the coma. Sudden movement. The sand crab on Fujiwara Tetsuya was instantly scared away. Submerged in the mud. After spitting out all the sea water in the abdomen. Fujiwara Tetsuya shields the dazzling sunlight. Keep breathing in the fresh air. It's like a new life. This is the pure land. No. Did I survive? Touch the mud and sand with full texture. Fujiwara Tetsuya couldn't help but feel a sense of pleasure of surviving a disaster. But this kind of pleasure comes quickly and goes away quickly. After catching a glimpse of Uchiha Mikoto in a coma, Fujiwara Tetsuya's heart was lifted again. Mikoto. Mikoto. Wake up. I'm Tetsuya. Mikoto. Can you hear me? Because of inhaling a large amount of seawater, Uchiha Mikoto's breathing is getting weaker. Until Fujiwara Tetsuya put his right ear on Uchiha Mikoto's atrium. After hearing the faint heartbeat, I confirmed Uchiha Mikoto's condition. Looking at the delicate face in front of me. And those elastic lips. Fujiwara Tetsuya after a little hesitation. I still chose to kiss her. Fortunately, I learned first aid for drowning in my previous life. Otherwise, you'll have a headache right now. Chapter 68. On the shallows. Fujiwara Tetsuya's breathing became heavier. After all, he had just recovered from drowning. At this time, the function of the lungs. They haven't fully adapted to the fresh air yet. After dozens of artificial respiration and chest compressions, the water accumulated in Uchiha Mikoto's chest cavity. Finally, Fujiwara Tetsuya cleared it out. Even though the girl under him had spit on him seawater countless times. But when Fujiwara Tetsuya meets Uchiha Mikoto, wiggles her eyelashes. The big rock of anxiety in my heart has finally been put down. Finally. I survived. Tetsuya. Are we dead? Here. Where is it? Is it the Pure Land? Under the watchful eyes of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Uchiha Mikoto's eyelids after fluttering many times. Finally opened my eyes. Eyes. As clear as ever. So moving. Fool. What are you thinking about? This is not a pure land. We are not dead. Mikoto. Rejoice. There is always a way out. We too, survived. Facing the girl's gaze. Fujiwara Tetsuya's expression was slightly excited. However, he ignored the current scene. To save Uchiha Mikoto, Fujiwara Tetsuya not only loosened Uchiha Mikoto's collar to the waist. The girl's underwear was even more of a mess. Finally, in the breeze, Uchiha Mikoto realized all this belatedly. 10 minutes later, Uchiha Mikoto's face flushed red, and she finally calmed down. It seems like he accepted everything that just happened. As for Fujiwara Tetsuya, he covered his red right cheek. Stay behind Uchiha Mikoto obediently. Keep explaining. But this kind of thing happened while in a coma. Things like feelings. How can it be clearly distinguished in just a few words? Tetsuya. Tell me. What should we do next? It's nice to stay here. But when can we return to Konoha? After calming down, the two had to face the reality before them. The deserted island beneath their feet. Even if you go around in a circle, it won't be a big deal. And the two of them are in Konoha. They both have their own bond. These things they can't give up no matter what. Mikoto. In this situation, I can't think of any solution. By the way, Did you sign a contract with the summoningmen of the Uchiha clan? If they're signed, maybe we can use them to pass messages. Looking out at the endless sea, Fujiwara Tetsuya swallowed secretly. Fortunately, it wasn't him who was stranded on the desert island. Otherwise. But this countless absence of loneliness, they can gradually wear away a person's mind. I'm sorry, Tetsuya-kun. Uchiha summoningman. I haven't had time to sign the contract yet. Maybe he realized that he was at a critical moment. Couldn't be of much help. There seemed to be a hint of shame on the girl's face. Mikoto. Don't say such polite words again. If it weren't for you, I would have died on the misty island. It can still be like this. Breathing fresh air. Chatting with you about what's next. People always say. Facing the sea. Spring is here. But when Fujiwara Tetsuya looked at the thunderstorm coming in the distance, all I have is endless toothache. Turn your head and look at the few trees behind you. Fujiwara Tetsuya could only shake his head. If you know earth style, you can also make a place to shelter from the wind and rain. But who made him an Uchiha Mikoto lack earth attribute? I had to do it myself. As for the future, it all depends on luck. Or Jiraiya. After escaping, Sunset Shinku and the others turned back to search for them. Or wait for years. Take a ride on a passing ship. In the coming days, Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto enjoy the beach. Water-style fish frying. Bathing. Fire-style. Charcoal-grilled days. Fortunately, the deep-sea currents did not tear their clothes. Otherwise, these days, we will meet each other when we look up and down. It's really embarrassing. The northern waters of the land of whirlpools. Led by the ninjas from the hidden whirlpool village, Jiraiya personally eliminated one deserted island after another. Float in the sea with the waves. In the blink of an eye, 10 days had passed. These 10 days. Perhaps the information about the Misty Island has been exposed. It also made Kirigakuya retract his outstretched claws. It also allowed the ninjas of the hidden Turbo Village to spend a relatively peaceful period. At least, the ninja that was ambushed and killed by Kirigakuya. During this period, a lot has been lost. Master Jiraiya. Ahead is one of the few remaining deserted islands in this sea. If these deserted islands can't find the whereabouts of Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto, I'm afraid. Looking at the slightly tired figure in front, the ninja from the hidden whirlpool village behind him is at the critical moment. Finally shut up. One is 8 years old. The other is 13 years old. Two little kids who are not yet adults. Face the siege of 4 Kirigakuya Jainin. Finally chose to jump off the cliff. This news has been released with the start of the search and rescue work. It spread throughout the entire whirlpool village. You can imagine. At that time, those two little devils. How desperate it is. I chose this path. I see. Wait until we finish searching these deserted islands. If we still haven't found any trace of those two little devils, let's return to the hidden whirlpool village. Looking out to the sea in the distance, there is no more brilliance in Jiraiya's eyes. If those two little ghosts were really buried in the sea, wait until we get back to Konoha. How should he face the families of those two little kids? How to face the true self in the sunset? Misty Island. After the incident at the Mist Ninja base was exposed, Kaguya is a top grader. He is also held accountable by the top management of Kirigakuya. He was forced to hand over the power of the Misty Island to his deputy. And Kaguya Kamiyaru himself followed Kirigakuya's anbu and returned to Kirigakuya. Of course, anyone with eyes can see it. Kaguya was held accountable for his upper 8 grades though. But at best it's just a lot of thunder with little rain. There may not be any punishment. This is the support for a village's high-end combat power. The treatment of the powerful ninjas in the ninja village. Unknown deserted island. Fujiwara Tetsuya's figure. Constantly passing by the island. Behind him, Uchiha Mikoto followed closely with a face full of shame and anger. The reason is still water style. Because of unintentional distraction. This caused a slight fluctuation when Fujiwara Tetsuya controlled chakra. Warm water style. Like a pouring waterfall. Flush Uchiha Mikoto clean. What you should see. What you shouldn't see. Anyway, Fujiwara Tetsuya saw it all. However, although it is a feast for the eyes. There is a feeling of being dazzled. But Fujiwara Tetsuya dares to say it with confidence. This. He definitely didn't do it on purpose. Chapter 69. The area of a deserted island is limited after all. After hiding in Fujiwara Tetsuya for nearly 20 minutes. Finally I was cornered by Uchiha Mikoto. Then. A loving caress is of course indispensable. Mikoto. You trust me. I didn't mean it. You know it too. I'm a Chunin. When it comes to controlling chakra, it's hard to make mistakes. A few minutes later. Fujiwara Tetsuya covers her swollen cheeks. Half limping and half lame following Uchiha Mikoto. On this deserted island. I want to live a comfortable life. Uchiha Mikoto's skilled fire style is indispensable. This is also the reason why Fujiwara Tetsuya is so servile. Tetsuya-kun. Look over there, isn't there a ship? Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya's flattery. Uchiha Mikoto seems to have a certain resistance. It's not like the first 2 days after landing on the deserted island. No resistance. Completely lost. My mind was spinning at Fujiwara Tetsuya. When I was planning to change my tone. Uchiha Mikoto suddenly jumped onto the tree next to him. Looking at the sea not far away. Sea ship. Hear Uchiha Mikoto's voice. Fujiwara Tetsuya is in high spirits. Instantly arrived next to Uchiha Mikoto. Quietly looking in the direction of Uchiha Mikoto's finger. After waiting for more than 10 seconds. A ship that is constantly shaking and pitching under the rolling waves. It truly appeared within Fujiwara Tetsuya's sight. Boat. There really is a boat. Mikoto. Hurry up. Use fire style to set those trees over there on fire. Wandering for half a month. They finally had hope of leaving. In the rising smoke. The ships not far away also took action. It seemed to have sensed something and was heading straight towards the deserted island. Mikoto. The boat. The boat is coming. We are saved. Just as Fujiwara Tetsuya cheered. Inadvertently, I caught a glimpse of the girl's gaze. In those clear eyes, there seems to be regret. The feeling of reluctance is revealed. Are you leaving? Look at the quiet girl beside you. Fujiwara Tetsuya recalls the days he spent alone with Uchiha Mikoto. And gradually fell silent. Yes. I'm leaving. The ship coming to the deserted island. It was one of the 3 sea vessels that Uzumaki Ashina sent to assist Jiraiya. So. When the 2 Vortex Ninja teams on the ship met Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto. My mind couldn't help but vibrate violently. God knows, these 2 little devils in front of me. How did he survive? How did he get through this difficult time in such pain? Because of leaving the deserted island. Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto are not in high spirits. 4. The ninja of the hidden whirlpool village. It was assumed that the 2 had not yet recovered from what happened in this mission. Therefore, there is no excessive disturbance. The return journey was unexpectedly smooth. Ahead. Clear skies clear the way. Calm and peaceful. When Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto arrive in the land of whirlpools again. Sunset true self. A Barame wooden golem. And Jiraiya who just returned. Waiting at the ferry early. Tetsuya. Familiar voice. Familiar embrace. Looking at the familiar faces in front of me. Eyes filled with tears. Fujiwara Tetsuya's gaze gradually became gentle. True sensei. Wooden golem. We're back. Master Jiraiya. I'm sorry to bother you with this matter. Why did the ninjas from the hidden whirlpool village go to that sea area? The reason behind this. On the way back. Fujiwara Tetsuya has learned everything from Jainin, the leader of the Uzuro Hide. So it is clear. What role does Jiraiya play in this? In the ninja world. Among the many ninja villages. Why are there so few genins who die every year? If there is no Jiraiya, please ask Uzumaki Ashina for help. He and Uchiha Mikoto want to get off that island. I don't know how long this suffering will end. Tetsuya brat. Saying thank you is way too hypocritical. That's not in character for you. This matter. It was my carelessness after all. I dragged you into this for no reason. Fortunately. You two are fine. I am relieved. Well then. To congratulate you on your safe return. Master Jiraiya. I've decided to treat you guys to sushi. Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya, who looks serious. Jiraiya scratched his head in embarrassment. Those broad hands. At this moment, they seemed to have nowhere to go. As expected of Master Jiraiya. Amidst several slightly neurotic laughs, Fujiwara Tetsuya, Jiraiya, and the others headed towards the sushi restaurant. After returning to the Hidden Whirlpool Village, Team 13 rested in the Hidden Whirlpool Village for another 2 days. Period. An elite Jainin of the Uzumaki clan. I came here specially with the kindness of Uzumaki Ashina. Although this visit was more for Jiraiya's sake. 2 days later, after saying goodbye to Uzumaki Heiji and Uzumaki Meika, Fujiwara Tetsuya and his party set out on the journey back to Konoha. What's different from now is, in the team of Team 13, there is a white-haired uncle. Konoha. After several days of running around, Fujiwara Tetsuya, Jiraiya, Sunset Shingo and others finally returned to Konoha. Looking at the familiar gate in front, everyone felt at ease. That's it. Tetsuya. Wooden Golem. Mikoto. Thank you for your hard work on this mission. Next, you should go back and rest for 2 days and spend some quality time with your family. Later, Lord Jiraiya and I will go to the Hokage building to report on our trip to the Hidden Uzu village. Things about the Hidden Whirlpool village. Things about the Misty Island. Too many things involved. Obviously not two genin. One genin can touch. Fujiwara this too. Uchiha Mikoto. A Barame wooden golem obviously also understands all this. After responding with his head down, turned around and entered Konoha. Well then, Mikoto. Tetsuya. See you in 2 days. Look at the 2 companions beside you. There was an inexplicable light flashing in a Barame wooden golem's eyes. I don't know what happened to Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto during the time they were missing. On the way back, he always feels like he is a free gift. Thinking of this, a Barame wooden golem shook his head violently. Such a headache. Forget it. After a simple greeting, a Barame wooden golem carried the insect jar on his back and turned to walk towards the Abarame clan's base. Now, there are many Konoha residents walking on the streets. But, in the eyes of Fujiwara Tetsuya and Uchiha Mikoto, it's like being back on a deserted island. There are only 2 days when we are together day and night. Mikoto. Tetsuya-kun. Can you take me home? Hesitated for a few seconds. Uchiha Mikoto paused slightly, then turned and looked at Fujiwara Tetsuya. Facing those clear and gentle eyes, Fujiwara Tetsuya doesn't know either. When exactly is it? My resistance began to drop sharply. Okay. I'll take you home. Just think about it for a second. Fujiwara Tetsuya walked forward quickly amidst the laughter of the girls' wind. Chime. Chapter 70. Inside the Uchiha clan territory, Fujiwara Tetsuya didn't make it in. On the outskirts of the Uchiha clan's territory, Uchiha Mikoto happened to run into someone she knew. Like a frightened deer. After looking back at Fujiwara Tetsuya, quickly entered the Uchiha tribe's territory. To Fujiwara Tetsuya, I breathed a sigh of relief. Under the gazes of everyone, I quickly left the Uchiha tribe. A little genin. Facing more than 10 pairs of scarlet Sharingan. Anyone would be scared to death. Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clan lands. When Fujiwara Tetsuya comes back, the children of the 3 tribes gathered around as usual. Tanaka Jiro, Fujiwara Sachiko and others. There was also an indescribable smile on my face. I don't know why. Maybe it's the experience of the Misty Island. Looking at these familiar faces in front of him, Fujiwara Tetsuya felt a little sad. This is probably where home belongs. Uncle Jiro. Aunt Sachiko. Everyone. I'm back. 2 days later. The mission for the Hidden Turtle Village has been finalized. Finally, there is a result. On the ninja resumes of Fujiwara Tetsuya, Uchiha Mikoto, and a Barame wooden golem. 1 more A-level. 1 more S-level mission experience. Of course. In addition to these, it's not like there are no substantial rewards. Maybe it was to make up for Jiraiya's mistake on the Misty Island. In terms of mission rewards, Sarutobi Hiruzen has a focus. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Uchiha Mikoto. After completing 2 tasks, I received a huge sum of 200,000 taels. This amount of money is enough to support the children of Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji. Take another step up. Tetsuya. These silver coins are. Inside the room. Tanakajiro holds the 200,000 ryo that Fujiwara Tetsuya handed over. My hands are shaking slightly. This is 200,000 taels. Even when he was a chunin, he never earned more than 200,000 ryo. Uncle Jiro. Take it. If possible. I hope to clear the open space behind the clan land. According to the standards of the village's training ground, buy some equipment for daily training. Compared to other ninja clans, the children of our three tribes are lagging far behind. Even if we can't refine chakra for the time being, we can teach them some kunao. Shuriken throwing techniques. Want to make money? There are many channels. But after those channels become bigger. With the current situation, the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans are simply unable to hold on. Huge profits. Instead, it will put the three tribes in danger. In the ninja world, only strength is eternal. Tetsuya. I see what you mean. I will do as you ask. But these silver coins. Look at the boy in front of you. Jiro Tanaka gave a bitter smile. I don't know when. Facing the little ghost that I regard as my own son or nephew, he gradually became the weaker party. Uncle Jiro. Don't worry. There's nothing wrong with these silver coins. It's Master Jiraiya. When we were in the land of whirlpools, Master Shinga led us and followed Master Jiraiya on an S-rank reconnaissance mission. A large part of this silver is the reward for carrying out S-level missions. Master Jiraiya. S-rank mission. Hear Fujiwara Tetsuya's answer. Jiro Tanaka's eyes began to shake violently again. Tetsuya. Have you already walked into the vision of Jiraiya-sama, a strong man like that? As expected of you. Tetsuya. Under the imagination of Jiro Tanaka, it is very likely that Jiraiya was impressed by Fujiwara Tetsuya's ninja talent, so he took such good care of him. Only, some of the realities behind the scenes are far more dangerous than what he has experienced. In the next few months, it seems that the shadow of the Misty Island has not yet dissipated in the heart of Sunset's true self. The mission that Team 13 is in contact with, most of them are B and C level tasks. Only a few have reached the standard of A level tasks. And all the missions are within the territory of the Fire Nation. Although compared to the Whirlpool country, the speed at which kill points are earned has dropped sharply. But it also gave Fujiwara Tetsuya enough time, allowing Fujiwara Tetsuya to become familiar with those ninjutsu scrolls that he had never mastered. A mountain range somewhere on the western border of the Fire Nation. Bandits are rampant. There are many wandering ninjas among them. After Team 13 received the mission, it only took 3 days. Just force the bandits in the mountains to form an alliance. Finally, in a valley somewhere, we choose to fight a decisive battle with Team 13. Tetsuya. I'm done over there. How are you and Mikoto here? In this decisive battle, Sunset's true self did not take any action. Facing hundreds of ordinary bandits, a coalition of dozens of genins, the tactics of Team 13 are simple. Aberame Wooden Golem uses the secret techniques of the Aberame clan. After the explosion in the valley, and the next Mikoto, Fujiwara Tetsuya, as the main force to fight against the bandits' alliance. However, tactics are tactics. Execution is execution. Facing hundreds of bandits, Uchiha Mikoto did not take action. Everything is left to Fujiwara Tetsuya. The screaming Chidori, the terrifying water dragon, the kunao shooting out in all directions. All the time, they are reaping the lives of many bandits. Whether it's ordinary bandits, or those wandering genin mixed in with them. Shnin. Basically, they have never lasted more than 10 seconds in the hands of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Therefore, when Aberame Wooden Golem finished his mission and returned to support, the scene before my eyes, only endless ruins were left. Countless broken limbs and bodies. Bright red blood. Following the low-lying stream, the water in the pond not far away gradually turned blood red. Ding! Congratulations to the host for killing 327 ordinary bandits. 32 wandering genins. 13 wandering genin. The total kill value is 2089 plus 592 plus 1054 equals 3735 points. This mission Definitely after Fujiwara Tetsuya came to the ninja world. Apart from non-system tasks, this is the time when the most kill points were obtained. Even if the two battles in the Whirlpool country were added together, it would still be far from enough. A bit nauseating though. But the victory lies in these people dying in front of me. They are all damned people. R and loot. Robbery. Rain Shinobi village. Tsunagakur. Even spies planted in Uegakur. A pawn of some dark forces. No one is wronged. Wooden golem. Sorry. You're late. Throw away the bloodline on the kunao. Fujiwara Tetsuya slowly withdrew his gaze. Because it's not far away. Uchiha Mikoto. The sunset true self is coming one after another. Tetsuya. This mission is over. Just take a break for a while. I have carried out 7 B-level and 1 A-level missions in a row. It's time to relax. Looking at the bloody scene not far away. The true self in the sunset moves his eyes slightly. Too much killing will only make people fall deeper into darkness. Especially at Fujiwara Tetsuya's age. Responsible for the revitalization of the family. Sunset really I am more afraid that Fujiwara Tetsuya will take the wrong path. It's not the way of the ninja. It's the way of the soul. Evolved into, Konoha Anbu. Like the roots. A machine that only knows how to kill. Chapter 71. I know. Master Shingo. Facing the sunset, my true self looks a little worried. Fujiwara Tetsuya has been silent for a long time. I still agreed to Sunset's true self's proposal. In the past month, the frequency of executing tasks has indeed increased. Basically more than the amount of A and B level missions that some elite teams carry out in several months or even a year. Since Tetsuya agrees. Then let's go back to Konoha. Let's relax in the hot springs. Meet Fujiwara Tetsuya agree. The real me in the sunset is obviously much more relaxed. I was thinking to myself, should I give myself a short vacation? Spend some time with Sato Aiko. The past month has been a bit hard. But it also made his wallet swell again. There is money on your waist. Don't be panic. Not to mention the little thoughts deep in my heart. I found a clean place to rest. Fujiwara Tetsuya also focused all his attention on the panel he had just updated. Host Fujiwara Tetsuya Strength, Chnin, 4289/5000, Bloodline, Nun Ninjutsu, Lightning Style. Kirin, 1/1000 Elementary, S, Konoha Kenjutsu, 586/1000 Intermediate, A, Lightning Style. Chidori, 417/5000 Grandmaster, A, Water Style. Water Mirror Technique, 134/3000 Advanced, A, Water Style. Water Severing Wave, 121/3000 Advanced, A, Water Style. Great Waterfall Technique, 154/3000 Advanced, A, Water Style. Water Dragon Bomb Technique, 419/500 Intermediate, B, Water Style. Water Fang Bullet, 98/500 Intermediate, B, Water Style. Water Barrier, 489/500 Intermediate, B, Water Style. Water Dragon Whip, 85/1000 Advanced, B, Lightning Style. Thunder Beast Chasing Fang, 56/1000 Grandmaster, C, Lightning Style. Ground Walking, 158/500 Advanced, C, Water Style. Water Clone Technique, 435/500 Advanced, C, Water Style. Water Prison Technique, 185/1000 Grandmaster, C, Body Flicker Technique, Advanced, D, 3 Body Technique, Advanced, E Kill Value, 6982 S Level Ninjutsu, Lightning Style. Kirin. He still didn't dare to try it easily. Ninjutsu acquired from Sarutobi Hiruzen and the Ten Clan. Except for Healing Jutsu, I have mastered them all. In addition, Thunder Beast Chasing Fang. Water Prison Technique also became his second and third ninjutsu, raising his proficiency to the Grandmaster level. However, although Thunder Beast Chasing Fang is still upgraded to Grandmaster level, but he still had no idea about Lightning Style Chakra Nature Transformation. System. Allocate 2000 points of the existing kill value to the Strength option. Also, allocate all the remaining kill points to Konoha Style Swordsmanship. Hesitated for a long time. Before you master the Lightning Style Chakra Nature Transformation, Fujiwara Tetsuya still plans to improve his melee combat capabilities. Ding! Killing points are allocated. Congratulations to the host for improving his strength. Successfully promoted to Elite Chunin. Chakra is permanently increased by 20%, and the killing points are rewarded with 1000. Ding! Killing points are distributed. Congratulations to the host for improving his Konoha-style swordsmanship proficiency. Konoha-style swordsmanship, 1586/5000 Grandmaster, a chakra permanently increases by 20%. This time. Really generous. Feel the chakra in your body suddenly surge. Fujiwara Tetsuya felt eager to try again. But after seeing the pair of bright eyes beside me, the high emotions cooled down instantly. True sensei. During the next period of time, I want to focus on training in swordsmanship. You know, my Kodaki was shattered by that guy AI during the Chunin exam. If I want to make a sturdy and durable katana, where is the best place to buy it? Konoha village. There are many shops selling blades. But these shop owners, their hearts are as evil as those of ordinary businessmen. Any small sword that satisfies your taste. In the words of these shop owners, the price has become sky high. Fujiwara Tetsuya is almost desperate. A Kodaki. Tetsuya. In this vast land of the ninja world, the one who is best at making blades and weapons is none other than the master craftsman of the land of craftsmen. It's a pity that the land of craftsmen is too far away from Konoha. If we can get a mission to the land of craftsmen in the future, we can go there and take a look. That's right. Tetsuya. I suddenly remembered. Doesn't Hokage-sama still owe you a reward for the Chunin exam? This matter. You might as well talk to the Hokage-sama. If you're lucky, you can not only save a lot of money, but you may also get a blade that exceeds your expectations. Facing the sunset, my true self has a meaningful gaze. Fujiwara Tetsuya immediately understood what sunset true self meant. Feelings. It's nothing more than letting him shamelessly get something for free. Fujiwara. Tanaka. The situation of the three Usuji clans. With the emergence of the dark horse Fujiwara Tetsuya, it has long been known to everyone in Konoha. Anyone with a discerning eye can see that Fujiwara Tetsuya simply cannot afford the cost of a well-made Kodaki. With Sarutobi Hiruzen's status, in order to maintain his image of being trustworthy, will definitely bear this expense. On the other hand, anything produced by Hokage must be of high quality. As the shadow of Konoha, there is a high probability that Sarutobi Hiruzen will not take out an ordinary Kodaki to deal with Fujiwara Tetsuya. Master Shingo, I understand what you mean. When I get back to Konoha, I'll go find the Hokage-sama immediately. Nodding. Fujiwara Tetsuya made the decision immediately. In this world, most things, everything is time sensitive. Especially promises. Totally out of control. But it would be better to cash out as soon as possible. Hokage-sama. This is what happened. Hokage office. After returning to Konoha, Ui Shingo led Fujiwara Tetsuya and the other two to Sarutobi Hiruzen as soon as possible. Submit all the tasks completed during this period. Fortunately, Konoha is now in its heyday. Sarutobi Hiruzen wouldn't bother himself with the money. Okay. I understand. We have dealt with a lot of difficult tasks during this period. Thank you for your hard work. Chunin of Konoha. Genin Squad. Even if we ignore the garrisons stationed in border areas for a long time. Not a few either. But, among these teams, there are very few who are truly outstanding and have the plasticity like Team 13. This is why he values Team 13 so much. Prioritize A-level tasks, the reason for the tilt. Hokage-sama. I'm so sorry to have to take up some of your time. Right there in Sarutobi Hiruzen, after the pleasantries. When I was planning to let the four people retreat. At the suggestion of Sunset's true self, Fujiwara Tetsuya finally stood up. Oh. Tetsuya, it's so polite to say that I'm delayed. Did something happen? Why not tell me about it? Maybe I can help you. Because of the Misty Island mission. In front of Sarutobi Hiruzen at Jiraiya. Truly recognized Fujiwara Tetsuya. This also makes Sarutobi Hiruzen value Fujiwara Tetsuya even more. So much so. Compared to the young Chunin from other squads, there is an almost essential difference. Chapter 72. That's right, Hokage-sama. Recently, I have gained new insights in my swordsmanship training. But There is no ninjutsu suitable for me in the clan right now. So, I want to exchange the reward from the Chunin exam for a sturdy, sharp katana. About coping rhetoric. On the way back, Sunset Shinmai and Fujiwara Tetsuya have revised it countless times. Hence, Fujiwara Tetsuya's tone, even his facial expression, they have all been done with sufficient accuracy. Of course, this is just a thought I had on the spur of the moment. If Hokage-sama is in trouble, just pretend I never said anything about it. Stealing glances at Sarutobi Hiruzen, Fujiwara Tetsuya's face. A hint of just the right amount of trepidation. A strong and sharp sword. I know. This is not a difficult thing. In our village, there are many ninja swords made in the land of craftsmen. I'll send someone to pick out a sword that suits you and send it to you. Facing the unanimous gazes of Team 13, Sarutobi Hiruzen glanced slightly at the Sunset true self. He immediately responded. The village's finances are quite prosperous this year. It's just some extra expense, but it's nothing. Drizzle at best. Well, thank you very much, Hokage-sama. Meet Sarutobi Hiruzen agreed. Fujiwara Tetsuya also breathed a sigh of relief. It's not because of the power of Sarutobi Hiruzen. But, it really saves tens or even millions of ryo. It's just a small thing, no need to thank me. After all, I promised to give you a reward during the Chunin exam. Speak up. Tetsuya. Not since the Chunin exams. I haven't seen you fight. You are now. How much have you grown? I am very curious about this. Also, I forgot to tell you. Not long ago, the intelligence personnel hidden in the Land of Lightning and the Land of Wind sent news separately. In last year's Chunin exam, AI and Raza performed brilliantly. Both of them defeated Jainin head-on during their missions not long ago. Still in the midst of chattering, Sarutobi Hiruzen slowly stood up. The look towards Fujiwara Tetsuya gradually filled with a sense of oppression. Defeat Jainin head-on. Hear the words of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Fujiwara Tetsuya sighs. There is not much fluctuation. At their age. After months of polishing. If you can't even do something of this magnitude, how can he shoulder the heavy responsibility of being the shadow of the 5 major ninja villages? Tetsuya. Aren't you surprised? Look at Fujiwara Tetsuya's calm appearance. Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't help but ask. According to common sense, shouldn't a kid of this age be competitive? After hearing the news, this shouldn't be the case. Shocked. Then work hard secretly to catch up. Hokage-sama. AI and Raza. They both have the potential to become cage-level masters. I can beat Jainin. That's perfectly normal. Facing the gazes of everyone in the room, Fujiwara Tetsuya's tone was full of affirmation. Cage level. This moment. It's not just Sarutobi Hiruzen. Along with the Sunset true self who has always been by Fujiwara Tetsuya's side. Uchiha Mikoto. A Barame wooden golem and others. My body and mind can't help but shake. From that calm tone, they can feel it. Their companion. He had already set his sights on a height they had never imagined. Tetsuya. Is that why you're so anxious? Really? What an amazing goal. Beside me. The sunset is really me sighing. Suddenly I feel like I've grown old. Tetsuya. It just so happens that I have some free time today. Why don't we find a place to spar with each other? And let me witness your growth with my own eyes. For the vast majority of ninjas, the goal of life is to become a Jainin. Or an elite Jainin. Fujiwara Tetsuya's ambition. It also aroused Sarutobi Hiruzen's interest. As he spoke, he took off the divine robe and hung it on the hanger next to him, revealing a tight armor. As expected, he is the 3rd Hokage. When your strength is at its peak, are you still so cautious? Then I'll trouble you, Hokage-sama. Face Sarutobi Japan War, this strong man standing at the top of cage level. He still has a long way to go. But, as a result of this competition, Sarutobi Hiruzen may be able to give him many pertinent suggestions. Let him be a ninja. Walking more smoothly. As the shadow of Konoha, Sarutobi Hiruzen brings a buff wherever he goes. Destined to attract the attention of countless people. I don't know if it was Sarutobi Hiruzen's deliberate instruction. When Sarutobi Hiruzen led Fujiwara Tetsuya and Ui Shinga to the nearby training ground, many high-ranking officials of Konoha, the ninja clan, all knew the news. For a moment, countless figures are surging. Quickly go to the training ground. It seems that the teacher is in a good mood today. To instruct a little kid. Such a fuss was made. Followed by a low, magnetic voice. The Konoha Jonin and elite Chunin who had gathered around early on quickly spread out to make a path. 3 oppressive figures gradually approached from not far away. Tsunade. Tetsuya, that brat. This is not your average little ghost. Tetsuya-kun. In the future, you may surpass us. To others, this voice may sound a little neurotic. It came from Jiraiya's mouth. However, no matter what others think, Jiraiya's expression was surprisingly serious. Is that so? I didn't expect you to be such a thick-skinned guy, Jiraiya. I can see the potential in Tetsuya-kun, too. That brat. He is indeed qualified to stand shoulder to shoulder with us. Orochimaru. Even you said that. Tsunade's impression of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Only in the Chunin semifinals. When it comes to the finals. 2 battles. Let Tsunade witness the ninja talent of Fujiwara Tetsuya. It also testifies to Fujiwara Tetsuya's belief. But in the end, in Tsunade's heart, Fujiwara Tetsuya is just a genius from a minor ninja clan without any bloodline boundaries. Geniuses are such a thing. In Konoha, in the ninja world, there is never a shortage of them. Tsunade. If you knew more about that brat, you wouldn't say that. While Tsunade was chatting with Orochimaru and Jiraiya, not far away, there were gradually more young figures. They are all students who graduated from the ninja school in recent years. The genius of the Senju clan. The Hayashi Hisashi brothers of the Hyuga clan. The rising star of the Uchiha clan. The genius of the Kurama clan who has awakened to control his 5 senses. These people. Their expressions are either gentle, or aloof, or indifferent, or deep. But, at this moment, in the hearts of these young people, everyone has a question. That is, Fujiwara Tetsuya. Why is it worthy of 3rd generation's attention? It's called a competition. In fact, it's just an elder's guidance to the younger one. Guidance from the Hokage. As of now, in the entire Konoha, except for the members of the Sarutobi clan, only those 3 people have such qualifications. Chapter 73. Rustle, rustle. After the figures around are relatively fixed, the atmosphere in the training ground gradually quieted down. Just as everyone was waiting patiently. Not far away, there were several more figures. 2 Hokage questions. Udaten Koharu. Mitokado Homura. And Konoha's darkness. Shimura Dance. It's really lively today. After briefly greeting several familiar ninjas, Mitokado Homura, Udaten Koharu and Shimura Dance deservedly occupied the positions, in addition to the positions occupied by Tsunade, Orochimaru and Jiraiya. The location with the widest view. Here it comes. The wait that followed didn't last long. A few minutes later, Sarutobi Hiruzen leads Fujiwara Tetsuya, Sunset Shingo and the other 2. They came over talking and laughing. That kind of intimate smile. Suddenly, many people stared at her. Haha. We're all here. At this moment, the Konoha shinobi gathered at the training ground. There are definitely over 100 people. Hokage adults. Face of Sarutobi Hiruzen's laughter. Everyone calmed down and responded respectfully in unison. Hiruzen. You were reckless this time. As the Hokage of Konoha, your every word and action represents the face of Konoha. To spar with a brat. It's really unworthy of the reputation of Konoha's shadow. How dare you use such an annoying tone in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen? Of course it's Udaten Koharu. What happened between the Ten clan and the Fujiwara, Tanaka and Usuji clans? Although it still came to an end. But the past events were like thorns piercing the hearts of both parties. As a member of the Tsurumi clan, he is now the strongest one. Udaten Koharu's attitude. Naturally, she is inclined towards the Tsurumi clan. What's the point of distinguishing between public and private? This kind of thing. In any dynasty, there are always prerequisites. Koharu. I was just in the mood. It's rare to be in such high spirits. Don't stop me! Meeting Sarutobi Hiruzen's gaze, Shimura Dance and Mito Kado Homura turned their heads away at the first moment. Only the stubborn Udaten Koharu is left. After feeling the growing sense of oppression in that gaze, just stepped aside. Tetsuya. This sparring match. The rules are the same as your exam in Chunin. You can use any ninjutsu you know. Taijutsu. Genjutsu. Including all kinds of ninja tools. Don't worry about hurting me. Show me your full strength. Let me see. What is your limit? Yes. Do you have the talent to become a cage-level strongman? Come to the center of the training ground. Sarutobi Hiruzen's straight figure. Just now it turned around slowly. In an instant, he entered combat mode. Yes. Hokage-sama. I'll give it my all. After a few seconds of silence, Fujiwara Tetsuya slowly pulled out the small sword from behind him. This kodaki was the one he had just borrowed from Uchiha Mikoto. The name of the sword is Chanming. Although it's a bit inconvenient. But it was strong and sharp, so it wouldn't be crushed by Sarutobi Hiruzen in the next hand. So. Seal of opposition. In the moment of Indian change, Fujiwara Tetsuya's body rushed down, but instead of advancing, he retreated. He rushed to Sarutobi Hiruzen at an extremely fast speed. The cicadas are under the control of Fujiwara Tetsuya. They emit sharp sounds that break through the air. What a fast speed! Sharp combat awareness. But Tetsuya. Use your Konoha-style swordsmanship as the first move. That's a bit of a mistake. Ding! The terrifying shock set off endless waves. Just a simple random hit. Sarutobi Hiruzen took advantage of the flaw in Fujiwara Tetsuya's swordsmanship and deflected Fujiwara Tetsuya's sword light. As expected of the third generation. As for swordsmanship. Have you learned this much? Konoha-style sword technique, splitting void. Konoha-style sword technique, falling. Good. Tetsuya. Has your swordsmanship improved to this level? But that's just it. It's still not enough. Through a brief fight with Fujiwara Tetsuya, it also allowed Sarutobi Hiruzen to judge Fujiwara Tetsuya's swordsmanship level. With Konoha-style swordsmanship, Fujiwara Tetsuya is qualified to fight against elite Chunin. At this age, you can reach this level. It's really amazing. Hokage-sama, thank you for your guidance. It's just. When we were in the Hokage's office, I told you. I have gained new insights into swordsmanship. Next. Please witness my growth with your own eyes. After Fujiwara Tetsuya raised his proficiency in Konoha-style swordsmanship to the Grandmaster level, Fujiwara Tetsuya is already able to use Konoha-style swordsmanship. Those secret techniques that only Jonin are qualified to master. Konoha-style swordsmanship, secret sword, moon shadow with the help of body flicker technique. Fujiwara Tetsuya's figure gradually turned into afterimages. A series of cold rays of light. Keep stabbing Sarutobi Hiruzen. Move quickly now. The many ninjas watching the game couldn't help but shrink their pupils. Oh. Muni. Tetsuya. I didn't expect you to be able to hone your body flicker technique and swordsmanship to this level. Facing the sharp knife light, Sarutobi Hiruzen never moves. Finally retreated. However, under the high-frequency vibration of the right-hand kunao, the secret techniques of Konoha-style swordsmanship, he still blocked them all. Konoha-style swordplay, crescent moon dance, dance of the three moons. Among the Konoha-style swordsmanship, this is one of the absolute killer moves. But this kind of swordsmanship, for clone technique, it has almost harsh requirements. Ordinary Konoha Jonin. I won't work hard to practice this secret skill. Only Konoha's Anbu. Because they often carry out assassination missions. Only then will you choose to practice this secret skill. Hey, hey, hey. You must be kidding. This is really a brat who is no more than 9 years old. You can actually master such advanced swordsmanship. Looking at the three figures attacking at almost the same time, complex sounds gradually rang out all around. Many of Konoha's Jonin have already screamed out loud. Teacher! These two secret techniques. When did you teach them to Tetsuya? How come I don't know? Just when I was confused by the sunset. Uchiha Mikoto. A Barame wooden golem came over. There is a hint of curiosity in his eyes. In the past few months, they were either on a mission or on their way back. There aren't many opportunities to cook for yourself. I don't know either. Facing those two clear gazes. Sunset, really, I feel like I'm starting to speak incoherently. Because the Sunset clan has a secret magical speed. So, after becoming a Jainin, his practice of swordsmanship, it was gradually put on hold. Konoha swordsmanship. Secret sword. Moon shadow. Konoha swordsmanship, crescent moon dance. He hasn't learned it yet. How can he teach it to Fujiwara Tetsuya? Could it be the deceased Jainin from among the Fujiwara, Tanaka, and Yusuji clans? Have you ever left any records of your practice? I was silent for a while. I used my imagination to make up for it. Sunset really feels like I have seen through it all. Chapter 74. Practice Ground. The competition between Sarutobi Hiruzen and Fujiwara Tetsuya continues. In front of so many ninjas, Fujiwara Tetsuya showed an incredible talent in swordsmanship. Still didn't hurt Sarutobi Hiruzen at all. Konoha-style swordsmanship is pretty good. But after all, that is the path paved by our predecessors. Tetsuya, I have witnessed your talent in swordsmanship. Well then. Next. It's time for me to feel it up close. You've grown in ninjutsu. At Fujiwara Tetsuya, Chidori. Water prison technique. Return. Thunder beast chasing fang. After all, the third gate ninjutsu were contributed. Konoha's Anbu. Even the foundation of Danzo. There are ninjas who practice this third gate ninjutsu. Chidori. For dynamic vision, there is a requirement that is almost perverted. Ninjas who can use Chidori in actual combat are rare. However, water prison technique. Return. In actual combat applications, it has shown good adaptability. Then it's as Hokage-sama wishes. It took so long to chop. Although the cicada's chirping did no harm at all. However, Fujiwara Tetsuya's knuckles were hurt by the recoil force. So, the moment Sarutobi Hiruzen opened his mouth, Fujiwara Tetsuya then inserted the cicada upside down next to him. The Indian style in your hands changes quickly. Sarutobi Hiruzen. Come and feel the pressure from your juniors. Lightning style. Thunder Beast chasing fang. After Fujiwara Tetsuya raised the proficiency of Thunder Beast tail to the Grandmaster level. The power of the Thunder Beast chase fang. Its flexibility. And its ability to track its target. There have been significant improvements. Under the deliberate induction of Sarutobi Hiruzen's figure. Thunder Beast chasing fang. Still approaching Sarutobi Hiruzen. What an exquisite chakra control ability. Speed. Agility is great. And what about power? Earth style earth flow wall. The ground shook. Under everyone's gaze. A dirt wall beyond everyone's cognition. Standing in the middle of the training ground. Hokage-sama's earth style. Still as terrifying as ever. Facing that thick earth wall. Many Konoha Jainin were muttering to themselves. If you put yourself in his shoes. Put yourself in front of the Hokage. How to crack this popular ninjutsu. But the final result. It is undoubtedly despairing. Whether it is fire style, water style, wind style. The role it can play is really limited. Sizzle. The moment when Thunder Beast chasing fang crashed into the earth wall. The chirping of the chirping birds continued to sound in the training ground. Fujiwara Tetsuya jumped onto the earth wall at an extremely fast speed. Keep stabbing at Sarutobi Hiruzen. What a fast speed. This is probably the common voice in the hearts of everyone present. At this moment. In everyone's eyes. Fujiwara Tetsuya is like the leaping lightning. Chidori. Feeling the pressure from Fujiwara Tetsuya's right hand. Sarutobi Hiruzen's expression gradually became serious. This level of ninjutsu. Even a cage-level warrior like him. If he were to be hit hard. It's definitely not pleasant. Lightning style. Thunder. The sharp spear of thunder. Like falling thunder. Contains endless power. In the blink of an eye, it shot right in front of Fujiwara Tetsuya. Lightning style. Although it has not been deduced to the extent of Reikari. However. This strength should be enough. Tear it apart. Chidori. With the infusion of Fujiwara Tetsuya chakra. The Chidori's momentum is getting louder and louder. Under the gazes of everyone. Two lightning style ninjutsu. They collided with each other. What a cocky brat. Hokage-sama. That's a master of the 5 attribute ninjutsu of the Grand Master. Lightning style of this level. Especially so good next. Looking at the thin figure in the field. Many Jainin silently withdrew their gazes. Obviously they saw the end of this farce. Fujiwara Tetsuya. Serious injury. Tetsuya. Not far away. Uchiha Mikoto's eyes showed some worry. The opponent Fujiwara Tetsuya faces this time. It is fundamentally different from those Kirigaku Urchinin. Jainin. Of the Isle of Mist. This person is a mountain that countless people find difficult to climb. The violent roar continued to stimulate everyone's eardrums. Some of the younger generation of ninjas have limited endurance. At this moment, I have covered my ears. Where are you looking? Dust is everywhere. At the loss of voice of an Uchiha Jainin, Fujiwara Tetsuya's Chidori cut off Sarutobi Hiruzen's thunder technique. He rushed to Sarutobi Hiruzen in an instant. Tetsuya. Your control over lightning style. Has it reached this point? If you say. Facing Fujiwara Tetsuya's swordsmanship. Sarutobi Hiruzen was quite surprised, but he was able to remain calm. Because. Among the Anbu of Konoha. There is an absolute swordsmanship genius. Whether it's strength. Or talent. Swordsmanship talent. All above Fujiwara Tetsuya. But. Looking at the dazzling lightning in front of you. At the critical moment. Sarutobi Hiruzen's body suddenly turned into a pool of mud. Hokage-sama. You actually used the earth clone. Do you feel threatened by Chidori? At this moment. The eyes of everyone present began to shake violently. Although it was just a simple competition. But, this kid who was less than 9 years old. It really did it, and made the shadow of Konoha retreat. This kind of thing. Not to mention a ninja school student like Fujiwara Tetsuya. Even if it was placed on a chunin of the same level in Konoha. That is something worth bragging about for a lifetime. In silence. Many Konoha Jainin who possess lightning attribute chakra have already focused their attention on Chidori. Estimate secretly. Completed so many high-level ninjutsu. Only then can you get this level of ninjutsu from the Hokage. As expected of Tetsuya-kun. Looking at the scene inside the venue. Even if they are as strong as Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru, they are quasi-cage level warriors. I couldn't help but show a bit of surprise. In the blink of an eye. A look of reminiscence gradually appeared on his face. Jiraiya. Do you remember? When we just graduated from the ninja school. In the battle with the teacher. Teacher. He only used one ninjutsu. He ended the battle with you. The memories of that time. They really make me miss them. Orochimaru. Don't say such spoiling things at a time like this. Things from childhood. Orochimaru remembers. He certainly wouldn't forget it. But. Compared to Fujiwara Tetsuya in the field. At that time, he was really a bit disappointing. After just one encounter, his teacher ended the fight with the earth-style heart decapitation technique. This incident also made him be laughed at by Tsunade for a long time. On the field. Looking at the mud beach under his feet. The lightning from Fujiwara Tetsuya's right hand disappeared. The figure jumped backwards quickly. Sarutobi Hiruzen's attainments in clone technique have reached an unimaginable level. The speed of the seal formation was so fast that it even blinded his vision. Chapter 75. Fire Style. Fire Dragon Bomb. Just when Fujiwara Tetsuya was searching around for Fujiwara Tetsuya, Sarutobi Hiruzen has appeared behind Fujiwara Tetsuya. Hot Fire Style. Set off a huge wave of fire. Cover Fujiwara Tetsuya completely. Water Style. Water Barrier. Fujiwara Tetsuya's Water Style was not able to completely counteract Sarutobi Hiruzen's Fire Dragon Bullet. But about him and Sarutobi Hiruzen. The difference in chakra. Fujiwara Tetsuya knew this too. The current situation. It was exactly what he needed. Under the high temperature evaporation, countless water mists gradually gathered into a ball. Fujiwara Tetsuya and Sarutobi Hiruzen are all covered. Water Style. Water Severing Wave. The fog blocked everyone's vision. Fujiwara Tetsuya is in the deep fog. It is impossible to determine where Sarutobi Hiruzen is. However, with the battle experience of the Misty Island, Fujiwara Tetsuya also knows more or less how to deal with the current situation. At times like this, feelings are the most important. As long as the power of ninjutsu is strong enough, Just fire coverage. What a messy little brat. Because of the angle. Fujiwara Tetsuya's water-severing wave presents a parallel angle. After breaking through the fog, the terrifying high-pressure water waves continued to sweep towards the periphery. In an instant, countless trees fell down. The Konoha shinobi who were watching the battle were also affected to some extent. I have to dodge. Is this Fujiwara Tetsuya? Looking not far away, the mess left by the water-severing wave. Senju. Uchiha. Kurama, the geniuses of many ninja clans. His eyes gradually became solemn. Although the ninjutsu they mastered have different focuses. But if you face this kind of violent ninjutsu, it is also enough to give you a headache. Tetsuya. How did you find out where I am? The fog has dissipated. The figures of Fujiwara Tetsuya and Sarutobi Hiruzen also gradually appear. At this moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen has a lot of water stains on his body. Obviously. Fujiwara Tetsuya's judgment just now. It is extremely accurate. Hokage-sama, if I say it's intuition. Would you believe it? Out of caution. Fujiwara Tetsuya laughed dryly and quickly distanced himself from Sarutobi Hiruzen. Human nature is unpredictable. Who knows? Will the person in front of him respond with the same water style? Make him look the same. Intuition. Tetsuya. Nice answer. As a ninja, you must not only make rational judgments based on the situation, but also trust your intuition at the critical moment. Once you've made a decision, don't hesitate. Otherwise, you might pay with your life. Look at Fujiwara Tetsuya's cautious look. Sarutobi Hiruzen chuckled. He did not attack immediately, but stroked his beard. Talking about great principles. Thank you for your teachings, Hokage-sama. I've got that. Fortunately. In front of so many ninjas, Sarutobi Hiruzen did not instill the theory of the will of fire in him. Otherwise, he can only become a licking dog. Tetsuya. Be careful in the next battle. I'm going to attack. The moment Sarutobi Hiruzen's voice fell, Fujiwara Tetsuya's pupils suddenly contracted. Because it is within his field of vision. Within his perception. We have completely lost any trace of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Water style. Water prison technique. Return. Under the gaze of countless eyes, Sarutobi Hiruzen, holding the Monkey King who had transformed into the Vajra stick, appeared behind Fujiwara Tetsuya. A terrifying gust of air was created, and it hit the back of Fujiwara Tetsuya's head directly. Fortunately, after upgrading the water prison technique to the Grandmaster level, Fujiwara Tetsuya's seal-making speed is getting faster and faster. At the critical moment, the water curtain with a radius of 2 meters successfully removed the terrifying power of the Vajra stick. Hokage-sama is taking things a bit too far. To deal with a little brat, he actually summoned the ape demon master. Outside, many Konoha Jonin twitched their lips fiercely when they saw the Vajra stick in Sarutobi Hiruzen's hand. Who knows? Maybe it was just a matter of convenience for Hokage-sama. But this brat from the Fujiwara clan is going to have a hard time. Just as everyone guessed. Face Sarutobi Hiruzen holding the Monkey King. Fujiwara Tetsuya had no ability to resist at all. A heavy water curtain. Under the bombardment of the Vajra stick. It only lasted a few seconds. It completely turned into a puddle of water. As for the water bullet, water dragon whip, none of them can withstand the bombardment of the Vajra stick. If there is anything lacking, if one blow doesn't do it, then give it another blow. Such a rogue style of play. It also made it difficult for Fujiwara Tetsuya to move forward. After being tortured for 20 minutes, Fujiwara Tetsuya's chakra, it's finally exhausted. Looking at the oncoming stick shadow, Fujiwara Tetsuya surrendered very easily. Fighting until his chakra is exhausted. This is his last act of stubbornness. It's finally over. This brat from the Fujiwara clan. Has he grown to this level without us noticing? Compared to how Chunin performed during the exam, this speed of progress is truly astonishing. With the end of this competition, the people around also began to take this battle seriously. Facing the third Hokage holding the Monkey King. Even if it's just to test the waters. That is a strength that most ordinary Jonin can hardly sustain. Hayashi. Hisashi. That's the brat. He defeated Mamoru. For the honor of the Hyuga clan's Byakugan. You must defeat this brat. At this moment, standing next to Hyuga Hayashi and Hyuga Hisashi and talking, he is an elder of the clan. However, facing the words of this clan elder, Hyuga Hayashi and Hyuga Hisashi did not give an immediate answer. Fujiwara Tetsuya is not even 9 years old today. Bullying a 9-year-old kid will only bring further shame to the Hyuga clan. As for waiting for Fujiwara Tetsuya to grow up, after witnessing Fujiwara Tetsuya's fight today, the two of them did not have full confidence. An inexplicable pressure gradually enveloped the twin brothers' hearts. Tetsuya, I already know your strength. Whether it's swordplay, lightning style, water style, you are far more capable than your peers. You are indeed qualified to embark on that path. Look at Fujiwara Tetsuya, who is breathing heavily. Sarutobi Hiruzen's gaze softened again. Sure enough, his choice was correct. Vigorously support the development of the ninja school. Continuously cultivate talents for Konoha. All the efforts have finally paid off in recent years. Possessing the potential to become a strong person. No longer those ninjas from powerful families. There is also Fujiwara Tetsuya, a genius from a declining ninja clan. Maybe in a dozen years, he might be able to completely change Senju, Uchiha, Hyuga. These are the names of the power Kages. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you are notified of future uploads. You can find the next parts in the playlist visible on the screen or on my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.